viewers and listeners of the Happy Morning Show on a pension. My union, I who are kwaba about Jimmy, so I'm hoping that yeah weekend no echo yeah weekend yeah basana upon Monday morning also yana sometimes editing kakra after being in bed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. You have to wake up. But for God and country in today, you know, sorry, ahomache ni akuka ye ho na afe no ya pie si ye kwakwa edwumaden e de ama ye man Ghana. But then ya so ya na metambe ka se obepia no pa. But mo dia se onu nyankopon edi nkita ho ansana wapi se wo kwa abonten ene last day in the month of January 2022 means wo nyankopon adomiti. Woni ye sha se die woni ye be wie no eye. Konkutu bianim na hwe wo nyankopon akira kwan danase simple the month of January. What do we try to do something pensuemu? Any be any chance here the month of January, but it more input and we do something pensuemu. And so if you're living, if you're alive this morning, be grateful and show gratitude for life this morning. Catch you when young couple so what done I say. So what show so what born by you took quite your caught near back. It's the same route I applying them, the same route I hear other people applying. And so about we are saying as you and I can't quench Shabia Kwakusi, Nipa Ebia enum and I say be actually Monka. You were on that same route, and yet protection was granted you. Don't take it for granted. That we yanko pongase. We any question some kakram de Emma or Abra. Memo Kwaba Abajimedi so. Yet was one amide Oman for FA yen program outline for this morning. ACP retired Victor Tando Eddie Road Safety Tidbits na ever better also yeah the headlines of the newspapers and so ever Oman for na ya Jimre the sports updates is so Abraman for ya sha CCD and command and 70 be in the gui up so and ya DNA ADH e-levy and ensensem elwa and yɛde edi atwe na yɛbɔbɔ ho utag enso ɛho ensensem one ma and yɛde edi atwe ni abɔbɔ ho and some dey bebree most to do with the educational sector and the efiri honoma eba but on our table no so is another very interesting conversation and I am encouraging you to stay with me wabra efiri ACP number media ho nsem bebree. I'm also saying ACP retired Victor Tando didn't command pay no the road safety tidbits na ebre is better pay so more kwaba
major so this year
na impum design pay ja
boss ya me adum pacho
yo ACP ko mu kakra
ade me ase
yo
again for more happy fm because wala abo mabaso enkenka bosumi opepon bosumi edikan e wa fi mu Jumedia Modi Elsumimono, so in Papa, a question so. I don't for a young Cosor and come home. Osimo, or Nimun ye, no obtaining so, and Chilamo. Canka any day, a dope a pombos me day, a day back every ye, or come up papa. A chief of Mutage Media and a pay, a Muninachi, Mamma Chandy ship. And Mobile said Media Cassie so, Happy FM 98.9. I pay boss Sami Eshon. Honor Oti Ejom. All my bonus Domini Bennett Gilbert. Isaac Adai. Justice Nati. Sefa Dankwa. Raymond Nyamado. Rafati Shaibu Ali. Pastor Thomas Kwam Damti. And Director John Kuma. And then I saw the corner of Trivia. Wa mo hanibon usobia ntuyen na enei wasama yabehye mu biemu me ene denase eso me can say na yo popon busumi da twetwo yi enyo bia na nya ne sei happy enti de nya ne sei ya eti for me semoda mom yanyi tum se nyi ni dia enye papa bi na eye atom dese atom dia ene mum yenko retired police for akachi ye no mon kofimbom ye nyina cheche ho no pay by his grace so we are alive not to alakwa in ye da so editi enkwemu enokre I mention side investments we with my pa ya omudi ediboa ora odroko atin wono o Prudential Bank mochi maybe shafu nyina ora obin kan na wo Central University also watching on the pay and count. Uratavia or no Ahanabe transport company a waterman. Also watching. Master question when a jasco more others a boy any so home also much. If you are more quantity, they say they are growing. They are mercy or near the year to do. Lucas, the more channel pay or fire service or mastermind or quick. I'm mastermind or agent kutuku fire service. Opening a doubt, I will know or a showman and chief asari once or fraha. I entered down. Mamunat, Jamaica Munam, Yamias. I was for the sea and the Ukraine. So, whooping, now see me could ruin someone. See me twice. Let's say, double road. Let's say, double road, dual carriage. Unam obia would be in lime. Kama, na obia ko. It's a single carriage way in kakra. You hear from kakra. See, I trust home. Meaning, say, enter bedroom a pedra, Quantana so. Not yet queer anymore. I am pioneering in a car manage. Says you could do a buffer when you be at the idea Yaquamay. A bin my dream in an say, and say, Quano to Duono, ever ye do a carry. They can't double road. A babua. I'm a quenchia, a friend, and Punimpono are not up pressing their money. I know correct. And Punimpono said, single carriage wedding a woo someone a day at Matia Edeba. Now, do a carriage in India. More car will be in the line. I know a bit me up, papa. This a bit me a boy. At the other bias on your bill, then count. On your form of cutter, when you are bomb basso. A corner more yatumon, on your become a bomb basso. If I say, say you, my adio, Yaminchamo. For the Eka, a quantity be so yet, creamy. Hey, I can say, on the young for more quantity, so our that woman. If he or that, it could see or dance school, make out that secondary school. I could see in Quanta. I call Kuro Abrase. You could say you'll be Saquano. In foot to quine pa no crane. Sankabi ya contractor yes reno. A crow in crane chrono. No. It is one of our money water tank I can see no. Emphas you mugu quano sukakra. Then go for it is Abiano son ebre papa. Because you're that school or that secondary school. It's good that okay. In foot tropa on Fanaqua. Udunkwa dinka ikukuromo na water tank edi nsuo go anopa nka nyumre na odi bi egu ho nyina no betu abo no matu no enya hoto kakra futuo na nodi na fe misession ka foso eni ai ta na mkwaso a ana mfutu kwan mu ne keka ho no ya mom ye ntu ebuase etu ebia na no tell this have bi ofi or first school for before dance school or dance secondary school although mo batim da na call for bim na o sa hye ho isa se godi na enim no bodu futuro kama pa ntu sa no o anye ye ne ka bi so pie na enim na so pray o so de kokwan so no da go te bi gram mo friend bi pray ya minta de obi anhwere ne nkwa e de ya miase na so ni nyina no se ekwa no futuro no nti esre abedu ebe na prosifo yina ho hey na mo bob modin o na so futuro na mo hweye futuro ko mo pia ni nyina no be yesi na kofo ebia ni futuro pa na no odin nti am nyina mo nya hweye na ye kan buchafo na ye ba ye ne kan ha Department of Urban Roads for Madaruma for the traffic light no wasem no AI din na se ko 110 bebre radio stations bebre nkenke Happy FM for omulisi omani so ekeke sensem ya so you and mom papa biara asemutu make o the corrected 7 hospital junction and so Bushia roundabout on traffic light no correct ofi ha na so de call waka traffic light di kan no Bible ebi ni ho enye na ofi ewa kede ba akawkudi so akudi traffic light on the yetuma then so 37 hod ye no a wosi mede fa ahanum wosi mikowura ha traffic light nje bebre sabe esi atroka enti esre se police phone say traffic light ho enti bia no mo chichom crop no ko baabi enti yenye bia mfana ma ho enti wan fi ya na ko njibone na mesession gafo mesession first come first go omiensua saade no so kudu traffic light as na enye dwuma enye me na menam kwatimpo da bi ekwan ni nyina ye major road ekwan ni nyina ra ye major road enti nyabotre ehwe baabi a se we na ba first okọ o edru so nko ni nyina 11 ni 11 kakra ni ekọ ya nya nsa ni kase e pri ye ho se me na menam main road enti be pentemo a anhwe da bia na baabi a wokọ no wankodu mzafo opepon bosumi eni ediniye pa eni ediniye si eda sutin kwampo ye nyame ase ọkyerɛ nyame adomo a ne yɛkɔ ɔgyefo bosumi February ne yɛkɔ ɔgyefo bosumi no ɛde na hɔ man yenim ɔdomfo yade onim ne nyina da mɔme yɛntu ɛho nhyɛ ne sa yɛnhyɛ di na nyonyam biribiara sanse wɔne ebedi ne yie ne wɔhyehyɛ ho no ɛmɛ bɛbam ɔdomfo de nke ho na dwuma pa biara esi ani so no ɛne de no ɛde no ma no yɛ adom ne nhyira ɛmfama yɛn
Esipiano Pebedo say for a road safety tidbits are the Abrain Ojibedi and Sammy de Yabetwaso na the headlines and the newspapers now Abrain Manfo. Welcome to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, live on Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Union Mamuti on Nisim 95.9 and 100.1 and church. I'm hoping that the day has started well for you. Anti or Boga or Wa or Yendi or Savalugu. Maybe I will be when ED in Sawaswano pay through a Nisim 95.9 and 100.1. Yeah, more kwaba eba chimedi so betimi ako Facebook na oni edin kita won so na oko Facebook I will share Happy 989 FM and I say ETV Ghana who sa handles when you firstly no one like it na after you start sharing the link groups any pages at war so and I encourage you this morning whilst you're following the conversation go Facebook let's say hello go Facebook let's say hi go Facebook maybe say same I'm doing well, and then also equally ask you how you're doing, and if your response is okay, then we move on and discuss the issues. And I want to hear from you this morning via Facebook as well. My handle personally, Samo Ishen GH. Samo Ishen GH. Into ko Facebook, obeti me ahwehwe me e Facebook. Obo Samo Ishen GH. My handle no Ishen ESHUN na afe no. You follow me, I follow you back. You like me, I like you back. You send me a message, I respond. Ubetime Fatih Shaibu Ali and so our Facebook handle no Nana Ali no Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, TikTok and so or a champion on my ho na and also no onine di in so Raymond Yamado and so oko a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The handle no Raymond Yamado. Some of the commenter will post to our honum any the engagement especially to do with issues on sports and in the views. I'm sure you may have a view to express as well. And so I encourage you this morning to follow us on these platforms now END and Komo. Your WhatsApp line 02022222067 and to over to me any of in South and pay which media so memfa we intro quickly and sana may introduce Raymond and Fatih Abba Jumediano so and pay catch all the action and thrills of the AFCON tournament Philly in 5 times clearer and more detailed picture quality on HD Plus. What's more, you can pause, reverse, and record live matches or watch TV on the go via HD Plus app downloaded on your phone or tablet with free data. This season, enjoy up to 40% discount on the purchase of HD Plus decoders with 3 bundle options. 1. Pay 130 Ghana cedis and get an HD Plus decoder with 2 months free subscription. Pay 150 Ghana cedis and get an HD Plus decoder with 5 months free subscription, or pay 250 Ghana cedis and get an HD Plus decoder with a whopping 14 months free subscription. Purchase an HD Plus decoder from the nearest Electroland outlet or multi-TV dealer outlet nationwide now. Call 0242-439-872 or visit ht-plus.com.gh for more details. HD Plus, the Philly experience. Now, there's one thing I know, Ayana Sammy there, I say new normal, no, ye re, Africa cra, minia, upia, found nose mask, no, found nose mask, no. Take your nose mask along and put it on, baby, I will air crobiano. And found who say be Africa, not trotono, will be your timbiano and shaby. I know you might look a bit odd and the trotro, but just put on your nose mask. Anywhere you're going in the office, make sure you protect yourself. In Tianopeno, baby, I will be me pacho. Put on your nose mask and then observe the COVID-19 protocols. No, yet also there na maybe say na a normal so echo ne sen anopay. A normal echo ne sen anopay. Happy FM mass wedding 14th of February, 2022. Empire Aja. Love is patient, love is kind, love is perfect. That is why Happy FM is helping you tie the knot with your better half the right way. Yes, on the 14th of February 2022, Happy FM brings you the Happy Mass Wedding happening live at the Wanshi Gardens, Asylum Down. Now, this is a dream wedding for couples who want to save money and tie the knot in a classy, romantic, elegant, and intimate way in a beautiful garden wedding on Vows Day. This is strictly traditional and strictly by invitation. All COVID-19 protocols will be strictly observed. The Happy Mass Wedding is proudly sponsored by HD Plus, your HD experience partner for the mass wedding, Tasty Tom Tomato Paste, EDC Investments Limited, ATL, Aliqua Fashion, Adrian Clothing, Silver Haircut and Silver Hair Second Image. For further information, please call 0242 235 086 or 0249 507 429. Now, only a for ND and Common, especially if you want to sponsor and NASA ABR on the DD, you may want to exhibit your wares and NASA products at the Happy Mass Wedding. I encourage you to do so. For now, Yendash na Yenko the headlines of the newspapers more and pay a which made in this way. Morning.
Morning, sir.
Bibi Adedin. Patty, good morning.
Good morning.
Bibi Adedin. Yɛnto aso ne yɛmfa Daily Graphic ɛnhyɛ aseɛ obonso mampani ɛne Samuel Abujina, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, wɔn mfoni ɛda krataa no anim. Ɔsɛ Asantehene deserves gold coin honor. President Akufo-Addo ɛna ɛkasa. Deeper engagement required on e-levies, Pio Gabra advocates. Ga Presbytery launches 100th anniversary. And also Honum, and the 5 e-blocks ready for use, 16 already completed, 10 more STEM schools under construction. That's according to Dr. Yawose Educhum, Infoni Edda Kratanumu. Burkina Faso suspended from all ECOWAS institutions and no Honum. Other stories, and so it be any building an entrepreneurial nation you start way, and also Honuma. Oman for everything many at DHA. US cancels 6,000 flights over winter storm. And also El Honoma. Oman for everything I can kind. Ebi and no part way. Other stories El Krata no emu and ne ebi ensu enye. Some of the more man phone quadia. Nene. How to make Apiati support fund successful. And also El Honma Bones amount for expressive views and opinions on it. Auditor General's accounts to be audited. I know El Honum. Commonwealth parliamentarians delegation visits Mahama. Afenyo Marken initiates hospital project for Janadze community. And also El Honoma Oman for a bit me I can kind a be and pay a Jumediano. Work on calf sickle cell blood center stores and also Oman for which can be major breakthrough for after agreement reached on 88% tradable air products. First private jet terminal will attract businesses. Daniel Macaulay and Kasaseno World Leprosy Day accord lepers dignity of existence. Dr. Baumia and Kasas and the government approves compensation for bird flu affected farmers and no Honoma and this is a story amount for a bit me I can kind a BA and a pay. Final one. Affirmative action guaranteed way increasing women's representation and this is Honoma amount for a bit me I can kind BA. Into way any stories are and a pay daily graphic the brain.
The new crusading guide. Doma East MP calls on government to support poultry farmers in Bono area. Akufo-Addo wishes Asabi good luck in his endeavor. First ultra-modern private jet charter services take off. Saso and a government opens 7 new STEM SHS and operationalizes 4 e-blocks. Education Minister Ena Eka. Government to budget 44 million cedis to address bird flu outbreak. Eno ewo paper nimo. So and a quality education, not only about classroom blocks. Education Minister Ena Eka. Ponsanshi Weku raises fund for family project. So and a Burkina Faso new leader gives first speech since ousting president. DR Congo issues death sentences for murder of UN expert. Wenina stories are ubenya ewo the new crusading guide.
Ghanaian Times and OPC 6 STEM 4E block schools set to take off. Government to open them for 2022-2023 academic year. 25 newly constructed bridges to be handed over to government in March. Contractor Majom Ajingano, lands protected by police. Nungwamanche, Paris Land Guard claim. Ghana's first private jet launched at Ketuka International Airport. Only 293 staff members resigned in 2021. GS debunks 44,000 resignation claim. Otoaso paper normal or say estate developer granted 50,000 Ghana cedi bill for defrauding pastor. Still, El paper no say 5 car snatchers jailed 15 years each. E-levy showdown in Parliament as bill returns to plenary this week. And also a story paper no ediaba na Otoaso or say other stories no oko feature how say dishonest practitioners and naturopathy practices. Why standardization is needed in Ghana. Nina a feature offer paper na no power bet me a kind. After council determines rules of origin for 4,650 products, Nina a stories paper no a diaba na oko middle spread of the paper. Say 2.2 billion fund to be established for after countries, after secretariat and Omodesa Assembly Atuja. 9-member pharmacy council board inaugurated, and Chief Justice directs closure of Boku courts due to renewed conflict in area. Nina air stories and pay offer Ghanaian Times Albertumi Akan.
Yet also on the Daily Statesman and Twaso Ushe front page. One more at the Mr. Kwamena Benti. Enchuduke Infoni Atuho, almost Development Bank Ghana takes off. Government names 7-member board and CEO and Mr. Duke and CEO no Infoni Eda and new Ghana Post MD pursues aggressive marketing. NPP announces dates for elections and also Honum. And Magdan launches Ghana's first private jet launch at KIA. Dr. Ofe Ajiman expresses massive support for e-levy and also El Honoma command for Bitmaking Kabi.
Ghanaian publisher NPP elects national officers in July, suspends 8 constituencies. TVET now under Education Ministry, Dr. Educhum Ena Eka. Nana Kufuor VIP, others mourn with Frema. Akufo-Addo applauds Asabi's leadership. Saso Ena Magdan launches first private jet lounge. Eno Ewo story Ewo Ahadum. Refund monies collected from Apiate explosion victims. Ghana Health Service directs. Eno Ewo Honum. DR Congo issues death sentences for murder of UN expert. North Korea tests biggest missile since 2017. MPA board visit to Tumfo. West Africa may witness a couple of coups. Professor Ening. and Kansaso and Africans urged to boost intra-African trade. E-levy Momo transactions drop by 24%. John Kuma and Eka.
The Chronicle and say U.S. Dawn allegedly raped student in Menses. Top police officer attempts to kill case, but IGP Dampare intervenes. Kath denies killing pregnant woman, but family vows to fight the case. 7 new STEM SHSs and 4 E-blocks ready. I know any Asema Education Minister Odeatuja. Government sets aside 44 million Ghana cedis to address bird flu outbreak. President Pat Asabi on the back as he resigns from SIGA. When you know air stories and Opera Chronicle at the Aba.
The final newspaper Anim Anapay reverse losses to profit making. President tells heads of state entities which posted 5.3 billion losses in 2020. Republic Bank commissions ultra modern head office annex and also Elhonum. NPP to elect national executives from July 14th to 16th. John Bodu and Ekasa. Lakeside Estate, Japan Motors donate 10 motorbikes to police. And 25 out of 50 bridges financed by Czech Republic ready by end of March. Into any stories and the final newspaper at the Abrayang.
Business and Financial Times. McDan Aviation's first private jet terminal at KIA starts operation. $540 million lost in 6 years through undervaluation of cocoa. CE levy as means of sustaining economic growth. Oforiata ena eka saso ena $664 million paid into Petroleum Holding Fund in 2021. FMB Partners Government U-Start Initiative. Congratulations, IBAG President Shaibu Ali. Saso ena feature. Do finished product importers have been told. Uko paper nimwa stories are ubetumi enye bi akai essay. Is Ghana's economy ripe for IMF bailout? We a year feature article a what paper nimu. So and the tax leader imperative. How do you adapt to the changing tax risk landscape? And also a feature a what paper nimu ubetumi apebi akai. When you now the Business and Financial Times.
Inquisitor and Opese launch of McDan private jet launch. Last hour sabotage flops. Any big story I will front page of the Inquisitor. World Bank urges government to stabilize economy. E-levy public education ISD work hijacked. Membership of Apiati Support Fund questioned. Ada West Assembly Lords Electrochem. And you know stories are say Dr. KK Sapon, appointed Chancellor of UPSA. NDC Parliamentary Caucus demands thorough probe and compensation for Apiati victims. We'll battle NLC with our last sweat, Walai, Professor Jampo, fires. We don't want fights again. Wait for Bagman to return before relaying E-levy, minority to majority. To wait any stories are Ofa Inquisitor and Opea over to me.
With your front page of the Informer newspaper and a page stories on any abusing the memory of males. Selfish Mahama wants credibility. Assembles people from academia in pursuit of power after 10 years of anti-males agenda. Omo Ede Professor Mills, the late Nymphoni Atonum, ex-president John Dramani Mahama Mfoni Edahom, Mr. Kwame Mfoni Edahonum. Desperation for power. Adomotri exposes Mahama's greed. Says he wants to cut off Koku Aindohu from the Mills brand and no Elhonum. Moves towards acceptance of e-levy. Afenyomakin woos Ghanaians, pledges government accountability and transparency in its usage. Putting economy back on track. Zoom lion balls and treats Ghanaians to get involved. And a commentary be our front page. Also, who chopped the Atamels Memorial Library money? And this is Elhonoma. Oman for everything I can be. Special edition be on Monday, but was it the real faces? Okay, all right. I think it's anything to do with the Atamels Institute.
Maybe.
The custodian Anope said NPP sets fees for internal elections. Asantehene inspires NPA board. The transformation of pharmacy practice in Tamale Teaching Hospital. And in our stories are Akufo-Addo wishes Asabi well in NPP race, and our government completes 6 model STEM schools. JHS is the weakest link in education system. Educhum and all this assembly about na story back also our house ECOWAS goes tough on Burkina Faso coup leaders. When you know air stories and opeka student Ediaba.
Yet also on the Aquarium website www.happyghana.com. Stories are on a be any President Nado urges public enterprises to involve Ghanaian entrepreneurs in supply chain activities. SIGA pledges to ensure cohesion between CEOs and boards of state institutions. There will be disaster in Ghana if e-levy is not passed, Ken Oforiatta predicts. Labour Commission drags UTAG to court over ongoing strike. Government reduces e-levy percentage. Minority rejects new rate. Our vision is to create an economic superhighway to support the private sector. SIGA boss. Government yet to listen to our concerns on e-levy. Momo Agents Association. Ambassador Edward Boateng promises to increase Ghana's GDP rate as SIGA boss. And Ghana scores 66% in 2021 Customer Service Index. We any stories are your website happyghana.com.
citynewsroom.com and our page stories are ebi enie. We are engaging UTAG to end strike. Education Minister. A national standardized test to be extended to primary 2 and 6 pupils. Education Minister. Man shot dead after stabbing police officer, attacking 3 others. NDC Parliamentary Caucus demands thorough probe and compensation for Apiati victims. 2 die in crash on Accra Tema motorway. Now, also citynewsroom.com. Say government earmarks 400,000 Ghana cedis to address accommodation challenges in universities. Education Minister Enodisa Semna Atuja. Woman gives birth on United Airlines flight from Ghana to US. And also an story Waha. Fire guards GCB residential banking at Nkwanta. Multiple reforms necessary to transform our education sector. Education Minister Enodisa Assembly Apa. Vice President Bawumia calls for action to tackle inequalities that lead to urban migration conflict. Nina stories are Momo operators won't lose jobs when e-levy is implemented. John Kuma and this assembly Abba and University of Ghana student drowns in swimming pool. When you know stories are citynewsroom.com and appear to me. Okay.
Google News. Incoming Ghana coach, your friend is Chris
Hilton.
Chris Hilton spotted with Hudson Odoi's father. Ghana, where is our true health priority? Ben Doche Malo asks. First ultramodern private jet charter services take off. So, and I will use my experience in America to fix Ghana's educational system. I know I will use my experience in America to fix Ghana's education system. So, and CSRI strikes partnership deal for mining site rejuvenation. First-year student of University of Ghana drowns. Ghanaian woman gives birth on Washington-bound plane. And also a story Google News ubenye akan.
Yemfa some international news and bread on for CNN and yadi say Trump offers chilling glimpse into possible second term. Former president hinted at the term that will function as a tool of personal vengeance and become even more authoritarian than his first. And no Trump says he wanted Pence to overturn 2020 elections. And also now there are interesting reactions. We say he must be kidding. Lawmaker reacts after Trump goes after Pence. And no UAE intercepts ballistic missile during Israeli president's visit. Kim Jong-un wants world to know he still matters. 7 missile tests in a month may prove it. And Ethiopian Airlines employees are fleeing the country by hiding in the planes they work on. And see, air hostess man, you know, see a copy in
air hostess will hide. You don't hide.
So could draw free airport on them now.
Maybe
now.
you take that over traveling to different countries.
Yeah, and it's a good question.
And getting a good pay.
And it's a good question. It's a good question.
I mean, me air hostess be paid, and me say, me man can make 5.
Well, final stories are with me at the Oman for NATO. Line of defense keeps moving east. Russian FM says. And we earn the stories and pay CNN at their brain.
BBC.com. And pay stories about North Korea releases space photos taken from missile. Spotify unveils plan to tackle COVID misinformation. And the trenches on Ukraine's eastern front line. And also a feature BBC.com. UK troops are likely to fight in Ukraine. And also near Sema Abba. Now, China media freedom declining after breakneck speed. Portugal's socialists win unexpected majority. Now, chaos in Ottawa. Chaos in Ottawa after second day of protests. Now, mandatory jobs for NHS staff in England could end. Now, hundreds of child soldiers dead in Yemen war. UN and this assembly about. And Beijing sees COVID-19 cases spike as Olympics near. Where did our stories are? BBC.com. Over to me. Okay.
Reuters News. Taiwan tries hand at COVID diplomacy again with Somaliland vaccine gift. Crypto giant restricts 281 Nigerian account. Dozens sentenced to death over murders of UN experts in Congo. France won't stay in Mali if price is too high. SASO and Europeans set 2 weeks deadline to review untenable Mali situation. Nearly 40% of people in Ethiopia's Tigray lack adequate food. World Food Program and EDSMWA Atuja.
Yet also the weather updates and Ebre Omanfo and a pay which medino so from the Ghana Meteorological Agency for Hosena Denyan Yedi Ebre Omanfo no Oshe Aflao Accra Kaswa Cape Coast Takwade Axim Ho Koforidua and Akemoda and a pay. It'll be a misty morning. Lowest temperature will be around 23 degrees Celsius. Ariana, it will be dry and hazy with temperature rising to somewhere around 34 degrees Celsius. And you may it will be dry and hazy as well with temperature decreasing to somewhere around 28 degrees Celsius. You heard the Northern Belt, Yendi, Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bogatanga, Nalerugu, and it Wa. And Opay will be dry and hazy with lowest temperature being around 19 degrees Celsius. Area it will be same with temperature rising from 19 degrees Celsius to somewhere around 36 degrees Celsius. And you may these areas would experience cool nights and temperature would drop to 29 degrees Celsius. Into a and weather updater you beat me at the Abre Omanfo Anopay.
Young Ghana Health Service name for COVID-19 update in the end twaso. Active cases are 1,901. Confirmed cases 156,805. New cases are 115. And deaths are 1,393. Recoveries and discharge 153,511. Vaccination drive 10,025,481. Total vaccine doses administered as at January 27, 2022. SASO and worldwide total figures are recorded a 375 million plus 2.68 million. Deaths a 5.66 million plus 7,805.
Well, it's 90 minutes after 6. I think I do feeling not one. You're welcome to the Happy Morning Show. And check near the trends in every month for me. I say, Jimmy, a course live on Facebook, Twitter, any Instagram. With me, I follow these platforms or thoughts or views and comments now or the brain live or Jimmy so until follow your handle a Happy 989 FM and I say ETV Ghana. Now watch your link and also at the mind. No, I like it. Now also follow. Definitely we'll follow you back and then we'll like your comments, respond to them sometimes on air and then even via our timeline. And I encourage you to do so this morning and share your thoughts with us. We and it to me at the Ama Oman for Brafati at the Yen Trends in the brain.
Anope trend na air no trend mienu na yede bremo. First one no about Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ekopie mu program bi ase na na okasa no oka say say ye nyina as Ghanaians no yede yensa ebom na ye fight corruption se na be ya Ghana ebetumi etumpon eno na comment na ebaaye no amanfo ese na nyina ye nim say Vice President de anka eba no digitalization and digitization eno ye champion eba no economics ne ade no ye champion na sesi ano opeso obeye anti corruption crusader na opeso oji special prosecutor edwuma eya na opeso ochi ono ankasa ne nkrofo etuma na we nyina na ye questions amanfo ebisa ewa bra sa ne speech no ebe todwa eno na abekosi one nie Akoto say, Domlevo and Martin Amidu, what were they doing for you then? Hansen say, I'm passing through. Abdul Martino say, our Ghanaian's special prosecutor. Ebenezer say, what language did he speak? Citizen J, Baumia, you now want to fight people in your government, eh? Well. Jiafa say, has he now migrated from IT guru to anti-corruption crusader? Julie say, we want you to talk about e-levy. Samuel Enim, let Domlevo and Martin Amidu help you. They were helping you and you sacked them. And Jennifer de only the Syria na all sere. Andre say, how can the devil request for Holy Ghost fire? This country, eh? So and Stephen Amwa, Oyenshaiso MP, Dr. Stephen Amwa, Efre Omwa. Omu feel say e-levy no omunji ntum ne say omu so omunye data omunye analysis ne ade no omunfa data mbra e kire say Ghana for yesi yenji e-levy no entum because em so no baby ote no onte say Ghana ni bia be ka say e-levy no onji ntum enti no wo a wo feel say wo say Ghana for say omumpe e-levy no for data wo proof analysis facts and figures fabra no omunhwe comment eba eni Nana Kwesi say, this is the same man who said MPs should be paid well because they attend 5 to 6 funerals every weekend. Jacob, I don't blame him, but I blame the people who voted for him. Tete say, no, have they been reading our comment at all? A questioner Obisa. Saka say, as someone can mean to me in fact beginning in Baba to say the oil money is not enough. You won't create jobs. Now the private people take us to you want to take the money. And no honum. Michael say he who alleges must come with clean hands. Where is your data that Ghanaians support this tax? Kwame Boateng say we voted for you in Ishai, so we shall meet you again in 2024. Clement, do you want to be there be why are some of our politicians speaking so childishly? People gather themselves right in front of Parliament House to demonstrate against the e-levy, and you are here speaking like this. You know, Ewo Honum. And as I may, we mean to me, who's I say it's on a lighter note, say on a lighter note. Produce and patch of a picture, no, etoho na yenshe why. Start to be a aqua PM Same Ewo. School be a friend of Ebuakwa State College. And umu statue na se bema bako or bako. As a bema no wa mo ba ne so and omukuta sword. So mundi ko wo wie mo. Omo muko school ho no mo and omo bete sa statue na se. Na statue ni be pie mu na manfo se na statue ye kire sen. Den na ekoso ewo hai. And a comment no ebaye. Oheneba say, that is my school, Ebuakwa State College, very disciplined. The statue represents unity and love among one another. Moreover, it's a mixed school. Ma of Osua say, this kind of statue is very bad. How can they use boy and girl in such manner? Gift Amuako say, if you don't get the message, forget it. Actor say, they are under punishment and they are flirting for the teachers to feel jealous. Mensa, the first time I saw it, I loved Abusco. The school is real. Garte say, the boy child is helping the girl child to acquire knowledge by lifting her up. And as soldiers say, you guys should stop defending an error. How does a male student holding the female student's buttocks symbolize peace and unity? Nanaya say, we help each other to climb the academic calendar. Sammy, what's your interpretation?
Well, it's difficult to really see the image, but if you're looking at it, for me, I don't know what to say, Fatih. I honestly don't know what to say. Because I don't think that the administrators of the school had at the back of their minds to say, putting this thing there would symbolize your better memoir and to me, I don't see that. I think they would have had good intent to say oh, so me mu na me mfrosro na nso so me fra me so maso mu na nso afro abasoro. But I think that in this day and age, you know, a lot of meanings are read into several things, you know. I mean, they could have had a better posture. I mean, in terms of the position of Obano and Ebemano, if you look at it as a too much. They could have had a better thing. The guy could have knelt for the girl to stand on the knee and then held the knife or something, which would have symbolized Boaminamisumbo. But this one, there is a omotare hodo. Yeah.
My name is Kakabo Beka say, why where sculpture and I said, why be there? It's no bet me, I interpret it into Osha Dana.
Sabe, I will be a safe idea. Really, I mean, I send me any idea. I send me any. Maybe one idea we are. Once there's somebody trying to help somebody climb up. And both of them clearly
the back of the picture now. No. I pensé maybe akwan inside the year.
Oh, but Sammy. I mean, but Sammy, if I'm lifting a woman up, which part of her body should I hold? Or which part of her body never mind balance, never mind also balance. I mean, I think that, you know, people are just, you know, being dramatic. Second no more stressful. So school be a friend is an emblem and yeah. And I saw the year or more. Where they assembly anyhow? Where they assembly? People are just, you know, I mean,
being mischievous
with this way and I'm not sure the school is going to be going to bow to pressure to take this Tatiana sculpture off.
I agree with you though. I agree with you.
Unity.
Social media for the almost I can't say.
Unity.
Anyway, Ray, I don't pay finances.
So I mean, I don't pay a benantia na the in some kakra for COVID-19 trust fund. That's I mean.
Now you be a private jet. Or more private jet aqua program. On come one say.
Don't call private jets. No, we are not. They'll continue private jets. No, we are not.
They will private jet. 5 minutes.
The private jet are some no. Oh say, the kind of
JCO4.
I or more a day statement be ever to job.
You want to read it for us?
I omweni njibibi ho kakra. Nti eno na mehwehwe na mpese ye ka ho asem ne say statement no eba ye no. Na I was like, how can this happen? Na story no ewo the inquisitor mu ewo hanom. Last hour sabotage
plots. Okay, inquisitor taking position on the matter.
Okay.
Inquisitor, they have taken a position on the matter. My main about on the 20th. But my main kind of statement in the matter because they put a twist on the matter already from the onset. Was say The Chief Executive Officer, Magdan Aviation, Kotoka International Airport, Accra, and this is from the Ghana Airports Company Limited for what was it? Dear sir, request to postpone inaugural ceremony of Terminal 1 private jet operation scheduled for Friday, January 28, 2022. The GACL has noticed with concern your disregard for the norms of doing business in the aviation sector, which require strict adherence to safety and security rules. Indeed, you have engaged in several activities without prior approval from GACL, which have typically called for emergency corrective actions. One major example relates to your commencement of construction of the private jet terminal without a plan of construction operation approval from GACL. We only became aware of your construction activities during routine security patrols, and we had to ask you to stop and submit a PCO for review and approval before construction continued. And then we only received your request for logistical support for the inauguration, including arrangement for parking and management of a point of approximately 300 invited guests yesterday, January 27, 2022. The nature of our work demands that we should have been given a reasonable period of notice to enable us plan adequately through engagement of relevant staff and stakeholders. Indeed, all attempts to meet with you for discussions in connection with the proposed inauguration over the past 3 days failed as a result of your failure to turn up for the planned meetings. Meantime, security was heavily breached at the terminal on the 27th, 2022 through the parking of several vehicles in front of the terminal building. What makes this disturbing is that beyond verbal admonition, we had written to you the previous day, January 26, to the effect that cars could not be parked there. Final bit in a moment for given all the above reasons, GACL is unable to support the inaugural event at this time. We therefore ask that you postpone the event until we iron out all the necessary issues and you prove to us that you fully understand and appreciate how things are supposed to be done in the aviation sector in the interest of safety and security. Signed, Yao Kwakwa, who is the managing director of the GACL. Fatih, story no opesa ka ho asem any.
Yeah, enti same me who statement and I say, how is it possible? And who read this statement now? It seems as he said this is not the first time the said company a flouted lay down procedures and as regulations. And I maybe some who say the first, the second, the third time now omo flouted, what happened to them? What am I say? Were there sanctions? Were there warnings? Then they see into the company will keep on doing this. And I want to understand between time now your plan is say yeah terminal yeah a lounge echo see time you see a bell launch how long was it you to me iron out any issues until few hours or a day or a few hours to the launch itself after na you release this statement you ba can ho asem and maybe say we invite you before meeting and the person doesn't show up. Meanwhile, there is an intended programmer. What actions do you take? Intinena I am in na kakra. Na miridi inkoseta na mi hu say ampa asem na na wo ka na no kre. So omo take position on the matter. And I think that it needs to be looked at because since this is not the first time regulations have been flouted and as processes have been ignored, it will not be the last time if ya penwa asema nka. And there is a VIP place that Anna for but not for private jets. It's just for VIPs. Yeah. Okay, because Miridi Inquisitor then I said there is there is a tussle big kakra between Obi and no Enya and Kobe manager and Obi baby. And honestly, well, program Nick also me who videos near there near bosso come on.
So I mean, you see. Asem we won. Airport be we as One them say safety paramount to juma omoye airport be because of how delicate airline operations set here. What am I say? And so release now can you know. Why not or what to me to know every single business across our airport? So I mean why?
So Oman natural krata.
Very well. And if the Ghana Airports Company Limited, for that matter, Omo CEO and Omo MD, say they only realized something was going on when they went on Omo routine security checks. So I mean, there's a problem.
Exactly.
So the first question you ask is, who sanctioned the sighting of Sa private jet terminal on the blind side of, say, the managers of the airport? And if the Ghana Airport Company Limited realized certain things needed to be done in a different way and needed to be done differently, into Mumbra meeting, and somebody could ignore the orders of Nipana or managing airports now. So I mean, again, questions must be asked. Who and now to me Bena Nipana or private lounge, or what? Or to me ignore the orders of the airport and go ahead to do what he wants to do. So I mean, questions must be asked.
Exactly. And how safe is the airport?
Yeah,
with all
because
these?
you see, I mean, private jet terminal, it is not going to run like an island on its own. Ever you see communication towers, main airports, you see. So you can't tell me, say, airports, Benya landing clearance, it will not go through the Ghana Airport Company Limited. It must. If the person who is going to make it possible for you to fly out and fly in is telling you that there are some challenges and it's ignored that. So I mean, how then does that terminal even work in the first place? So I mean, I said to me the same way, because what would make Obi a terminal with disregard to Nipana or managing airports? So I mean, I've not heard it before. And I don't know what explanation is there to justify the conduct of the managers or the operators of the private jet terminal. I don't know what would give them, the effrontery to go ahead and do what they did, when clearly there was an order to halt the launch of the terminal. So I mean, problem or there's a problem.
Mame papers no.
And for the airport company to release this statement, my point is that all the ones that happened, then they see all the ones that happened, then they see and Baby Omoka said there was a construction going on, they didn't know. For me, it's an indictment on them, quite honestly. Like, how?
Yeah, how?
Until they catch say anything,
But you see, Ramon, for me, what is interesting this morning that I want to focus on has to do with the media. Media. Statesman says McDan launches Ghana's first private jet launch at KIA. It's not as if we had not seen that statement.
Yes. We've seen it.
We had seen it. What's the paper? Ghanaian Times. Ghana's first private jet launch launched at KIA in Accra. Ghanaian Times. It's not as if Ghanaian Times had not seen the release from what's the Ghanaian publisher. McDan launches first private jet launch at the Honum. Inquisitor, launch of McDan private jet launch. Last hour sabotage flops. It's there. The new crusading guide. First ultra modern private charter services takes off. And no Honum. BNFT, McDan Aviation's first private jet terminal at KIA starts operation. I think Sandy can come to the legal graphic pen on your margin, so I'm going to touch you on it.
Yeah,
but you see,
but
you see, look at all these papers. They are all talking about the program without focusing attention on the breach that the managers of the airport are raising concerns about. How is that possible? Why are we not concerned as Omai? Say, anybody can wake up a security zone like the airport to go start construction projects there, and then we seem to make it look like it's normal and that something great has happened to this country.
Yeah.
And we are not concerned about the breaches as reported by the release by the GACL. We're not concerned about it. But you see, say, as Omaya, this meaning way, and I mean to me, and as soon as see me yonko, where it will land us one day, we will not be able to handle it. Look, we have done with the security agencies, police for your child, no phone, and I'm still not. Mamma and Casa releasing the panel. It can't get to the point where corporate Ghana would also begin to do this. How is it possible that somebody can launch this with disapproval from the managing firm entity that is at the airport? How is that possible? How? How can it happen? And you see, Fatih, you made the point about how it's even possible that GACL themselves would admit in their letter, say, it took their task force. Are we saying there are no cameras there? Are we saying that the MD doesn't drive through the airport? Are we saying that no staff reports what is happening there? And that it should take a task force for us to know the airport say will be AC private AU.
Say task force no, omu yejuma for the airport. It's omu ko routine patrols.
They said construction. They said construction. I'm sure they sent people on the ground, machines and all that.
Yeah. If I enter Happy FM,
I would contain
and there's a construction work going on somewhere.
You shouldn't take the security.
The security
should be the one to go and report to management.
How did they even get their things into the airport?
Security in a
no, we shouldn't encourage this.
No, security in the first people
we should not encourage
this. Of the airport.
We should not encourage this at all. We shouldn't encourage this. You see, the airport has been in the news for the wrong reasons for quite some time now.
Yeah. From Christmas trees.
The airport has been in the news for the wrong reasons, and we can't encourage it.
Airports need that honor. Yes.
Tax force then will say about the issue.
Security for
you know, we shouldn't encourage this. No, we can pat an entrepreneur on the back, a businessman on the back for taking the initiative to want to put Ghana out there. But if you want to do it the right way.
Exactly.
No, but I mean, you see, anything that happens at the airport, I hear matter of a structure coming up or any development, and will say will be a one. Definitely, it has to take the security to draw the attention of the managers of the airport, BB Koso. And if they duly did their job, now airport company, so after realizing that they decided, they say, or try letter money partner or yes, our development. I mean, when they say airport, no more Jumana no more.
Well, we are waiting to see what will happen after Sinipano went ahead. Yes, well, launch. But you see, all launch we na some Oba and then I'm the idea at 20 you can say bus a block it or launch now or launch now. Did we go or did we come? The spectacle.
You've been engaged in several activities without prior approval.
The spectacle.
Several.
Say, adia ye launching, say, weekend no na ebaku wiase no pe ebaku dru hono no na GACO for say one more day padlock akwakotutu. All that shine will be taken away.
But I mean, what would make one person flout the orders of the Ghana Airport Company?
Person, it's a company.
One company flout several orders from the Ghana Airport Company regarding the operations. Several. I mean, what would give Nipano the kahunas?
The kahunas, and it comes from the fact that
oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Fatih, you were suggesting. Until you bet me sorry, what's on the pa? Now you're driving a car, you're the OB van, BBA, near the Akwakusi Airport, yes, you. The Magdan aviation for the yard anyway, you know, because we also want to throw light on the Ghanaian entrepreneurs. A friend is saying prospector. So why something in the moment you call set it up on the office in him say oh you show to draw attention to Magdan private lunch. Now ban up a tree see I set it up on the company in him na see you show at the free honum now it is disturbing his activities are. What would he say?
I mean I said transport minister Yano. I said the Ministry of Transport. In the minimum, I know someone to me address him.
Because I don't see it as something trivial.
It's not.
No,
it can't be trivial. It can't be trivial. It can't be trivial. You see, and I asked the question, say, we saw the videos of the caliber of people or the people who were in the test flight or whatever.
The people who went to Bamba.
Yes, you want to Bamba. You know, after all that, can you guess the kind of conversation that will be going on this morning? Can you guess the kind of conversation that will be going on this morning about this matter we are raising concerns about? What moral rights, what moral justification would you have to speak about this? And it's not as if the people who were on board that flight did not know about this statement as well. They knew. Yeah. And yet, they went to sit in the airplane, wherever they went to, had their fun, and they came back. And okay, can they talk about it?
Sammy, wait.
Can they talk about it?
Sammy, wait. The statement, did they come before or after the event?
Definitely before.
Before.
So catch us a jai.
For me, no. I'm talking about the public statement. Yeah. I'm not talking about your friend is saying order to them, to their company. I'm talking about this public statement.
No, I think this statement, letter more.
Yes. Exactly. Sammy, you invite yeah, better than who said you catch them munjai. And I'm inviting and I ako. May I invite me, but me in private jet in Tino. You invite me, but invite me, and I may buy an affair statement here. I'll still talk about it. You are invited. Of course, the company will not come and show you this letter that the omuti enjoy, but he enjoy.
No, see, I think baby Sammy Freeman is we saw a lot of
because
media
they were
men.
Enjoying themselves.
No, we saw a lot of media men.
Exactly.
At the set events.
Even some of the papers now reporting, you shouldn't be surprised that most of them might have been paid for.
Okay.
What's my say? Most of them might have been paid for. Or any event. And I will be to say me pay coverage. And I will cover mano. If the journalists were invited to go and cover, how are they supposed to know that?
No, so Sammy is saying that after covering the event, we then now go and sit on air today and discuss this same launch of the terminal.
Oh, for me, dear, I
would. Speaking about letter and buy and
I would. Miss I say letter and I will raise the issues.
After you've gone to
I'll raise it. Sammy,
you see, Raymond.
Sammy.
Okay. It's unfortunate. Say my free COVID-19 trust fund.
No, that be your call.
But you see, addressing I'm reading for the Business and Financial Times. That's 1, 2, 3. That's the 4th paragraph. Also, addressing a gathering of dignitaries at the launch on Friday, January 28, 2022. CEO McDan Group of Companies, Mr. Daniel Macaulay, said private jet services across the group are no longer luxury in orientation, but have become a necessity, particularly to business leaders, captains of industry, diplomats, among several others. So, the date on the GAC of Wallet and Air 28th. 28th, and then this event happened on the 28th. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So then, I asked the GACL.
Exactly.
What business would you have to wait? Say
2 hours.
You have these concerns, and then the same 28th that the event is happening. That's why you want to draw our attention to happenings which borders on the security of our airport. What's the name of the man?
Sammy.
Mr. Yao Kwakwa, who is the MD for the GACL.
Sammy,
no, Raymond, I can't imagine how you would wait. Having all these concerns, yes, the backdoor conversations would have happened. The letters and memos would have gone in and out. But if you want to draw the public's attention to something which is happening, which flouts your regulations.
Sammy, they were believing the right thing will be done. But if you are
draw the attention of the public. I'm expecting that this matter, a copy. Okay, well, as the minister was copied as well.
Sammy Nyabotre. Only maybe. You see, from the letter, the Ghana Airports Company Limited, you can tell, say, they have not been in the communication loop from the get-go. And so, development of airport concerning the ECOSO, and the letter to them say, Omomi provided parking arrangement for mobile. That is what would have drawn their attention to the fact that something is really going to happen. And for them, if it was 28th, then Omo release the letter it means that they found out that BB ECOSO on the 28th. That was why they had to come with this intervention.
No way.
In their letter, they said they called for meetings and they didn't show up.
That could be the only time. And America said the meetings were called when they saw that development were going on.
So what
but
stopped?
When the person is doing the development, you don't know for a fact, say, 28th and obey event. You don't know for a fact.
But what stopped?
When they realized, say, 28th and obey event, they had to stop it They have to tell you to stop it.
Yes, but what stopped the GACL from stopping the construction work itself
even
when,
that time,
when it came to their attention?
and the other things that they didn't even mention.
What stopped them?
The thing is,
I think that
look, me who say airport no at the ho. Inti ya dia ochina no. Ye best say yenkuku nkaka ye obi. Na yakwa na na yakwa ye happy morning show from the airport. Ye show ni wi a ye benya letter. Inti yenya letter na afi ya respond the reason why inti ya ye kwa ye show no ho. Because airport ne da ho. And I say be a lounge no, a private jet lounge ne ho na ni she da ni ho. Ti be hot na.
I say Mr. Kwakwa Kasa no cheche.
No show no ho.
As much as
from where I'm sitting.
From where I'm sitting, I think that they have not taken this matter with
seriousness.
No.
From where I'm sitting, we should leave the company, the lounge operators out. No, the airport company no
I disagree.
No,
why
did they not stop the construction work?
Somebody should be.
Why did they not stop the construction work?
I'm sure they set up, right?
Yes.
They set up. Maybe on the flowers and now where you grab ribbons there. Into doing the setup near Denny now. Apart from that, 28th now we'll send you a statement here. They were still going to have the program. You still couldn't have stopped them. You couldn't have taken security there to stop them.
You see, Assam
now I'm on my DNA still.
You see, the matter we are dealing with, Assam no, it looked very much like.
Unless, quite honestly, right now,
no. Right from the start, Mr. Kwakwa was not in the know of what was happening there. Our security never notified Mr. Kwakwa.
Hey.
It clearly means that.
How do people take construction stuff to an airport to start a construction?
At this point, we don't even know what type of construction it is. Because then you say airport no say na tie no. Enya dia we betumi abaye brick and mortar adwuma bia ebo sa area honum sisi ayeka say. Enya dia be abaye construction, new construction. Ebi existing structure no and now be be modification kakra. And no na construction. But that said, looking at the way Nkofona are invited here, some mobile meeting, they decided to disregard the calls to attend meetings. And again, disregard this order late. So Munja events no Munja, you know. It clearly tells you that Mr. Koko was dealing with something that was even bigger and stronger than him.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you. You see, so you think that he was dealing with people or an institution, an organization that even seems bigger than he, the managing director.
And then what is he doing there? Why do we have a airport company?
What Raymond is saying cannot be fast.
No, Sammy, these things do happen. Yes, but then why do you put somebody there who can't do anything?
But is that not what we have done to our police?
Please.
That's what we have done to our
then
police. That's what we have done to several
institutions. We should equally talk about that.
It's sad.
Because the airport, it's like a security zone.
So in this case, if the company,
a security zone,
if the company was able to do this, and it doesn't get sanctioned,
they call the bluff of the GS.
Now this is what is going to happen. This company can control flights that come in, whether approval of the GACL is sought or is not being sought. This company can have the situation where flights will enter into the country and officers of the GACL may not have the authority to do their regular checks they are supposed to do.
Sammy, at the time now, we call test drive. No?
Yes.
Test flight. No? Definitely, the pilot was in communication with the tower, airport tower.
Yes.
No? Who sanctioned that flight need to move?
To take
that is how
it's going who sanctioned it?
Exactly. Yes. That's how it's
going to be. You see, what Mr. Kwakwa is dealing with, no, orders coming from ABR, Mr. Kwakwa cannot even reverse. I don't think that they see any here. Until Mr. Kwakwa, if he feels his authority is being undermined, as a matter of principle, Mr. Kwakwa can step aside.
No.
Oh, because clearly, your authority has been undermined in this instance. Until Mr. Kwakwa no pay my catch and he can step aside. He should resign. Because clearly, you have absolutely no control of what happens in the airport, within, without, inside. You don't know.
I wouldn't subscribe to that position.
Sammy.
That Mr. Kwakwa should be the one to resign.
No, I'm saying that as a matter of principle, if he feels so his authority has been undermined, and I say as a matter of principle, you see this thing, Sammy, for you, the managing director, not to be in the know of this, a novelty, Sammy. First time we are having a private jet terminal. For you, the airport managing director, not to be aware. And for you to now give orders, say, Mamonye, and then people go ahead to do it in any manner. So I mean, it clearly tells us that you are not in charge. So, whoever put you there, no, if they have taken your powers away from you, that's a matter of principle, you step aside.
But you see, as much as we haven't seen communications between McDonough Aviation and then the GACL, we haven't seen letters. We haven't seen who and who were in copy of these letters that would have emanated from the GAC or Honoma Echo McDonough Aviation Honoma. If it so happens, say, these communications, these letters, these memos raising these concerns that are stated in this release, the Minister of Transport is in copy. Who else was copied in this release? If all the people who were copied in this release previously, let me just
Transport Minister, they said, oh yeah,
so the Transport Minister is in copy. The Minister for National Security is in copy. The National Security Coordinator is in copy. The Group Executive Airports Company Limited is in copy. And then the Director Aviation Security, GACL.
So not a single security agency was able to stop the event.
So if all these entities and these ministers have been in copy of previous communications at Akoswo as to the concerns being raised by GACL,
including this one,
then Raymond, we need to ask ourselves lots of questions.
These questions in Abisano.
Sir, how does the Minister for Transport look on for the security of the airport to be breached the way it has been done, and everybody is quiet? The National Security Minister, why are we quiet?
Yes.
If even the forces behind this entity are bigger than Mr. Kwakwa.
Yes.
Mr. Kwakwa seeing that, look, the forces behind this entity, they are bigger than me, resorts to his superior officers that, look, this is beyond me. The hands that are moving things are beyond me. Therefore, come in, Minister of Transport. Come in, National Security Minister. The rest of them, they all fall under him. So I won't mention them.
Did they come?
The Group Executive and then the Aviation Security.
Sammy,
no.
If they didn't come, why didn't they come?
Then we need to ask the National Security Minister questions.
Because that is our airport.
Yes, that's our airport.
Security zone.
That's our airport. Okay, time. US for the concerns we raised because of an airport.
Yes.
And then suddenly this becomes a non-select matter. Because we'll be a Philisabia or a big, and I say we'll be a Philiso. This is a novelty, and so at all costs it must happen. The National Security Minister must let us know what he knows about this matter of the launch on the 28th.
Were there representatives from the Transport Ministry at the event?
Let me see. Business and Financial Times might be able to give.
Or the National Security itself, were they at the premises? Because I mean, every square meter was an airport.
Yeah.
So I mean, a national security zone.
Yeah.
Into every space, meaning say national security presence, whether in uniform or plain clothes. No. But if somebody were airport, because clearly, because of terrorism, you need airports no power. If somebody is having an event like that, national security will definitely go and ask for permits and the amount to me say continue on the year. What was presented to them? Because I mean, I hear say the parking around the airport now a problem because of Jumedia and Ekoso. I think say as a people disregarded parking rules
Playing the devil's advocate, is it possible that ABR, Magdan Aviation indeed went through all the processes, laid down procedures, BBA was so moye. And this is just a power play issue.
From Mr. Coker?
From the whoever is pulling the strings, or might be pulling the strings.
From who?
From whoever might. Just as you would say, how can say it's what if Obisu na back Magdan Aviation tia?
Yes.
They feel say me what they like.
So maybe
and I'm also saying say on the flip side, you know, what if Obisu na tries to frustrate the company and also sabotage the company? What must I say? And eventually, you know, almost I say all these things because honestly, Sammy, I wouldn't understand. BBA men say how a company severally flouts regulations and not lay down procedures, and it's rather going strong.
But I wish I could take your angle.
Into FBA Magdan Aviation would release a statement, not on so I can decide and not be because already the informer story, which is a bit skewed to Krana. Almost there were meetings.
It was the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor, sorry. There were meetings that Magdan was represented. What must I say? So perhaps. So for me, I will still blame the airport company. It's almost like what you are supposed to do. You've thrown your hands in the air. Now,
because
what must I say?
Clipped. My hands have been clipping my wings. No, Sammy, that's why. You see, I want to understand maybe Alfati Freebar in the sense that maybe Magdan Aviation got a clearance from a body that is higher than those presiding over the management of the airport.
Why is that supposed to be
so? If maybe they got clearance, assuming without admitting that they got clearance from National Security, one, they got clearance from the Transport Ministry, two.
Come on, let me interrupt you.
Then,
in fact, as much as I didn't want to take that angle, I wanted us to get an objective conversation about this. But the Inquisitor, one more count, says that multiple actors from Ghana's presidency, listen, multiple actors from Ghana's presidency and the Ministry of Transport nearly succeeded in sabotaging the Magdan Group from rolling out the nation's first jet charter services at the domestic wing of the Kotoka International Airport in Accra last Friday. It has emerged that some top officials of the government worked behind the scenes to get the event stopped because of their personal interest in the private jet business at the... I mean...
Well, Sammy, you better also, but before me call sports, no, me na enanka ya pese di jumedi bi ansana, ya toa nkomo so. Sammy, ubeka in the heat of the COVID-19 pandemic, no, President decided say obe deliver weekly addresses emanation with regard to the abanye as far as fighting COVID-19 are concerned. Those were updates and President Emma. In one of those updates, update number 4, Omampini Mayeti said, because of COVID-19, now for be friend and say, person contribute towards government's cause and a government's fight against the pandemic. Fortunately, President Eka said, Obama Pinia said, you better set up COVID-19 trust fund. Now, COVID-19 trust fund, bill no to make a parliament, I was approved that the bill was passed on the 27th of March 2020. On the 29th, President Ankasa to me inaugurated Mpenyumfoa obe to me adano. Na sami oshe Mpenyumfoa na omo preside over Jumedie na otumo say na a group of people omo nim dear any expertise as far as spheres of life bibi omo ye juma ono na ekọ nimpa nti president na say former chief justice Faye Akufo and the chairperson Emma Jumedie no and other Mpenyumfoɔ so and a president to me inaugurate here. So I mean a couple of times we sat on this show and asked for accountability as far as how much was realized, how much was expended, who received what from the COVID-19 trust fund. Fortunately, the data no ako to on my website so ye ni ako hwem kakra na nka ne ye pese ye kum kakra but nyame adom o tena ye bebre obia how much was realized by the fund, how much was given out. In fact, cash receipts, how much was given out, and who were the beneficiaries of SAR funds now. COVID-19 trust fund no do layout. And it is Nyame adomo china betenasia. You bet to me abobo ni nyina.
Nti o patch say and ka we sports na.
Yeah.
And between 720 copim 8 no untimi fa sad details see kakra me scratching the kakra.
Debbie Simon. Yeah, scratching no china. But some person me bisa question be. Sell me a fund. Me a fund. Hey, create me. Me a fund. Now me J donations from corporate Ghana. Okay. Now Fatisu continue fund. So no a private fund. And also COVID-19 private sector fund. Fatidia no. Me made the about the national COVID-19 trust fund. Now wo sami any John Kuma mo nyina mo ye corporate Ghana. Mo be donate ama me. Mo be donate ama Fatiso. Na ba ne say na edu baby a me so me to me ko donate ma Fatibio.
Wo na ohia mo ano.
Me so ko donate ma Fatibio. Wo ne djumedi a odi no. So we see hospital nti me so masan fa sika na see o ma penyi ka say fund no poor and vulnerable nti na equity me boa. Nti maybe say e ba ne say na anka
na say hospital ne
hospital
ne there it was important.
Okay.
And it would be beneficiary to whether a private or private or ultimately.
But see the picture.
So the government saw the need, and as the fund, saw the need. Say it was almost supported, particularly with the hospital, which was a needed infrastructure at that time.
My question I'm busy say, your fund say Bank of Ghana bring me 10 million Ghana cedis. Was some come 10 million Ghana cedis. Na me maboabo am sika ni na no masan koma fati sa sika ni bi the fund is funding the fund.
There be Anka say me.
No, I'm saying that we opened it for corporate Ghana to help every fund be a. Now corporate Ghana has been charitable enough to come to me, National Trust Fund, me to a large extent. Maji Sikano I say me dey share vulnerable, poor, and anyama. You too, you've appealed to corporate Ghana to come to your aid on your own. What am I saying? Now, at what point do I now take 60 million Ghana cedis out of my coffers and go and give to the private fund? Me, Samuel to me church and the Ochina, you better have discussion also.
Certainly, you better have
discussion.
Oh, let me church you.
I had church and
COVID-19 Trust Fund for one more a website. One more actually say objects of the COVID-19 National Trust Fund. Act 1013.
Yes.
Which established the National Trust Fund lists the following objectives. To complement the efforts of government to combat the COVID-19 pandemic by providing an avenue for well-meaning individuals, groups, and corporate bodies to contribute or donate monies and resources that may be required to combat COVID-19 and to receive any other monies or resources contributed or donated to a year combat COVID-19.
Object, no. Okay.
Now, if you look at the objectives now, Meridi Ediamao now, say you can support another fund to speedily complete, because that project was an expedited project. Within a short period it was completed. To complete a medical facility to help support one more COVID-19 achieve one more. And with the timelines, we felt it will be possible for them to complete the project on time. I wouldn't see the reason why we would not commit resources to it.
At what point in our COVID-19 fight did we need the Infectious Disease Center to come to our rescue? To come to our rescue during the COVID-19 pandemic. Rescue. Me say, at what point during your COVID-19 fight did we desperately need the Infectious Disease Center to come to our rescue about your fight against COVID-19. So we're using, and I'm saying that. I'm saying this because, almost every single hospital, had its own capacity to deal with what we were dealing with at that point. Whether it was the Bank of Ghana Hospital, whether it was Kolibu, whether it was Ridge, whether they were able to deal with the pressure. To the extent that even Ga East was specifically earmarked for Jumedia AD as far as the fight against COVID are concerned. And so you see, if you tell me, say, they desperately needed to finish Jumedia in 10 times. By the time we even completed the project, your COVID-19 is insane. We had even tackled it to the extent that it was going to be supplementary. If you need it, you go and use it. Automatically. And so, you see, some argument, was. But part I want to draw your attention to, and they say.
But I thought so.
We're a build up to come out a bit Sammy, when the president met the group, the president came here. I felt the best way, quote, President, I felt the best way was to establish a public trust so that monies that come do not get intermingled with government money and all of those problems. A public trust that is to be managed by an independent body of trustees so that people will see that these monies are being properly accounted for and properly deployed. He said, President added that the work of the board will complement the efforts being made by the states in catering for the poor and vulnerable, stressing that whatever money we raise, that is the target. Sammy, you see, President consistently stressed on the poor and vulnerable. Sammy, when I bring you the 22 beneficiaries, as published by the COVID-19 Trust Fund, you count the number of poor and vulnerable in that list for me tomorrow.
I don't think the poor and vulnerable specifically meant individual people.
Fatih.
Okay.
The poor and vulnerable. Sammy, the poor
I don't
and
think
vulnerable.
it was like Munkoshes Ganema individuals.
You see,
we
are saying that the poor and vulnerable.
When you list Omunya Sikani Bia, and then we look at what they use the money for.
Sammy, for the records, 273 benefactors. And 274 institutions, corporate Ghana, individuals, and donate. Sammy, 22.
22. No, don't say it as if
beneficiaries.
Nipa Baku 22.
Go to their website. They have images of individuals.
But let's not make it look like 22 now mature.
But anyway, as we want to say,
22.
We'll put the list
Sammy,
out there as to the beneficiaries.
National Union of Ghana Students, support for organization and national leadership training and handing over program, 40,000 cities. I know for COVID.
How is it related to COVID?
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Young for sports and brand. Yeah, watching out. A lot of focus on the COVID-19 Trust Fund. Sika Wamoji to support the vulnerable, the needy. At the time when COVID-19 AD in Yano. I hold on this kind of koyana. Yeba, you be the home come. And you welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. You're about Ebajumedi and Safi, and I do a feeding at one. My understanding is a challenge. I'm for 8 years show ninety will be asking a message. Trotro, or to Trotro, and I'd blast them say, and Comona Yedi, you know, I done it a friend a debate or Kanima, almost so 80 and more Encomo. And Charlie, maybe I will be no Trotro drivers and Mutian opinion. Your chacha munina or I store now with your prayer, your chacha munina, your mama crabba about Happy Morning Show. So spread the word. Assembly Senate City and the Sapa Pepper and your canon, your dandamo and the cry, your becano and your coins, your becam. But Raymond, I crowd over this sports update in a Ray. And I play sports then, of course.
Go Cameroon. Now, on them say before every match, Biano, a press conference, pre-match press conference. Now, ahead of Tunisia and Burkina Faso match, no. Yasise microphones ni bibia eba be press conference coaches obi abetenase no na akwaba ku wiemu room one no tutu microphone no tutu why singing no Johnny free ho oko no na security no koche no na omo che no akwa ne say o niema na ene dia ono na warranty ama LOC no na omo tua neka nti wa besesa na ade ko ka fun sensem bi ni afko no sensem bi ni eti akwa o say omo tua neka nti ono wa be find the microphones ni cables ni bibia ade ko nti dia ko so tournament ya pe no ebi ne we sidelines
enti na camera sisi so omo twa ni nyina
oh yes na say media aba omo be twa press conference na ko and I know the one best son in Yamako. No. Happy 98.9 FM and our Sugusa Uti, O share Sudia, ETV Ghana, and our share one pay. Jumedia no air the Happy Morning Show. American send me the Happy Morning Show sports updates. Ebe Bremo, Ewo, Jumedia no so. Na Mamenka will say, Ewo Jumedia no so, me Bremo. Total Energies sports updates. Total Energies, some say, me de sports updates no Bremo. Total Energies say, as we celebrate African football, no, and yeah, ombeja omo numerous clients, and omo omunyam patronize Total Energies, no, and yeah, ombeja mo say, musha ball ne keke, na omo pese as we celebrate, no, yaso yan support you omo, na yan celebrate it together. Ombe maya chedia bebre say yaso yatume edi ho edom omo brand na Total Energies say, call any of omo Total service centers buy. Minimum of 80 Ghana cedis fuel. Na auto with Troxy card and answer with Total Energies card. Ombema voucher, o scratches a voucher na chede bia wo hobia no instantly no omo de bema. Also no obetumi ato any 4 liter or 5 liter lubricant from any Total service center. Otometo no so ombema voucher, otumi scratches a voucher na achede bia wo hobia no omo de bema 10 temara. We any messenger Total Energy say me fan bro omo say offer no it lasts while stocks ewo ho enti yentema na Total Energies any of them Total service stations na make sure say o de wonsa ebeka omo lubricant na obeto omo fuel we any messenger omo say yemfan bro no pay 1xbet say o come website so 1xbet.com.gh 1xbet.com.gh Africa Cup of Nations matches are equals in no semi-final matches are ebeba so no ewo ho obetumi abet on now come website to now register now be new account obema opportunity to enter a promo code be enter a BETGH o enter sa promo code ne pe obema 200% bonus on your first deposit we any messenger 1xbet say me fan bro 1xbet say undi 18 amemfa we ni enter on website so go chat bet betting addictive and bet responsibly you know any messenger 1xbet say me fan bro anope Yabesha Jumede na say Yabesha here from the Ghana Premier League because match day 15 of the Ghana Premier League so over the weekend. Say and matches no to me a on Friday Kumasi Asante Kotoko defeated Accra Great Olympics by 2-0. Sa game no echo so Babaya Sports Stadium. Kumasi Asante Kotoko after winning this game no I'm to me maintain our lead at the summit of the Ghana Premier League table. Frank Mbella Etuga Abranti of Free Cameroon. I know I said 2 penalties game no man Kotoko enya maximum points was our game no. On Saturday Giant Stars Nana Ajimanbedu the first parker they lost to Bechem United by 1-0. Samuel Kufo and to me a share sa goal no Emma Bobukwa a friend of Bechem United na sa game no by we no Bechem United almost to me a leapfrog Adriana Stars Asisiano Omabeda second on the Ghana Premier League table. On Sunday games no etwa so Accra Hearts of Folk eche Kimfaisa etwa by 1-0. Kojo Obin Jr. and our to me SS Ago na Accra of folks see any dear Omohri Abeda Faith Ewo Ghana Premier League table no so Brekum Chelsea so Echi Accra Lions Ewo Golden City Park Ewo Brekum etwa by 3-1 Henry and 2 Stephen Bedu Kelvin Obin omo enya 3 goals no Emma Chelsea and sana Frederick Asante ono enya consolation goal no Emma Bubuku friend Accra Lions Legon City so I'm to me echi 11 wonders Ewa Park etwa by 3-0 Hamza Nasiru Costa Obo and Jonah Atukwe omo enya 3 goals no Emma Bubuku friend Legon City Yakopiemo Ewa Aliu Mama Sports Stadium o Tamalia RTU and Karila Ebo 1-1 Idrisu Gaddafi eshe 1 goal Emma RTU and Abranti Feno Matthew Kelvinando ono enya 1 goal Emma Karila United Ewo ho Ashanti Goat almost echi Dreams FC Boasile and Clay Sports Stadium etwa by 2-0 yaw ano eshe 2 goals ho na sana Maxwell Arthur ono enya consolation goal Emma Dreams FC Yakopiemo Akun Park Otakwa Midiama SC etumi echi bottom place Elmina Sharks China by 1-0. Abrante Ayefreno Godfred Asamoah ono eno tuminya lone goal no Emma Midiama SC was our game no ma sisi ano omuso omo move up the Ghana Premier League table to third. Yakopiem Soga Kopea eho ena Wafa Etimichi newly promoted Bibiani Gold Stars China by 1-0. John Tedeku eno tuminya 1 goal Emma Wafa oho amutumi enya maximum 3 points to move from the relegation zone for the first time this season. Yem Pikosha Ghana Premier League table no na share Sena standings ne etia Kumasi Asante Kotoko after match day 15 no omo ene dasra 33 points. Bechem United at second 26 points. Midiama at third or more 26 points. Adriana Stars at fourth or more 24 points. Hearts of Folk at fifth or more 23 points. And Akin Faisal Omoda sixth or more 23 points. Osha relegation battle now. Accra Lions Omoda 16th or more 16 points. 17th place 11 Wonders or more 15 points. And Elmina Sharks Omoda bottom of the table 18th or more just 18 points ahead of games. No, not reports. But I say former AC Milan, former Inter Milan player, midfielder friend Sule Ali Muntari, no, idea ordinary ebeche Accra Hearts of Folk. I know any reporter about now reporter say Abrantia no which me signing 1 year contract with Accra Hearts of Folk. Now Abrantia no reporter by say or training with Hearts of Folk there. Now Osanso eko PMO or match I'm making fast a boy in the course of the weekend. But reports no say Abrantia no Enchebiano Sule Muntari beba besi akan Emma Accra Hearts of Folk. Now after the game between Hearts and Kinfaisa and Ebisa coach Samuel Boedu said Samuel Boedu I think Sule Muntari eba join the team no na asembe ena opese oka efasa transfer speculating no say oh Sule Muntari there since time on the players no start here training no wadane no motivator on to me motivate boys ni year pa na ohwese na on the boys no to me jelly on mo bonko mo di agro ni bibia ono akisa ho ne say Sule Muntari to me eba join Accra Hearts of Folk there niam betumi asesa ama club no yentie there Samuel Boedu Kofi Yesu coach Emma Accra Hearts of Folk edituja efa Sule Muntari nsensem no.
Sule is a motivator. He's a good guy. The day that I saw him, how he advised the boys, it was amazing. So I believe that if Sule will join the team, I think things will change.
Samuel Boedu, coach Emma Accra Hearts of Folk. Yenremo Cameroon. Na membremo Total Energies AFCON updates. Na yem share the course competition over the last few days. Yenremo quarter final matches are course Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations 33rd edition no. Now on Saturday no Japoma Stadium Douala Scorpions of Gambia and Cameroon Asia was a match no. Carl Toko Ekambi 2 goals to ensure that Cameroon are qualify to the next stage of the competition. Now 2 goals no Brantia no Asia 2 goals no in the space of 7 minutes, 50th minute and 57th minute and to me share go now Gambia Scorpions no omujumedi amudi competition no na to me eba wiye Yakopiemo Riamde Adia Stadium Garua still on Saturday no Burkina Faso any Tunisia Asia na Abrantia friend Dango Ouattara Abrantia no Asia go on the stroke of half time to ensure say Burkina Faso to me holding on to that lead no to the end of the game. Abrantia Dango Ouattara to me any red card in the game in the 82nd minute now so Burkina Faso to me holding on to me winning to ensure say Remo semi-finals of the competition for the 4th time in the history of Burkina Faso senior national team into we and sema epiemo ho. Now on Sunday no matches no so the Pharaohs of Egypt and the Lions of Atlas Asia Egypt versus Morocco and a game course on Sunday na Oshesa match na course Amadou Ahijo Stadium na apparently our friend Sofiane Boufal 7th minute and a converted penalty Emma Bobuko friend Morocco Mohamed Salah to me tap in from close range in the 53rd minute to ensure say Egypt drew level in the course of 90 minutes now Osha game to me extra timer. Apparently, our friend Trezeguet, after he was set up by Mohamed Salah, no, or to me a tap in from close range to ensure say Egypt winning that game no by 2-1. Now 7-time champions no progressing to the semi-finals. Morocco, the wait continues for them because since 1976 no Enyadia to me winning Africa Cup of Nations. No last time we semi-finals no was in 2004. Then you know sema APF hosta eba Nema enkoye ema Lions of Atlas Morocco our competition to me akoya no yenremo final match of the quarter-finals no eno match at Senegal and Equatorial Guinea boy now na game no akoya ni dia Abrantia friend Famara Diédou ono NHF first goal Emma Senegal and Sana Brantier I friend Yannick Baila ono etumi etikano in the 53rd minute of the second half. Sheikh Koyate and a branch friend Ismail Asa etumi eshe 2 goals niema ekoyie pa ema Senegal 3-1 and omutumi de BT Equatorial Guinea. Sisi ano omo etumi evremo ewo semi-finals of the competition. Now yehwe semi-final parents ne dia Wednesday Burkina Faso and Ibobuko friend Senegal ebeshia ewo first semi-finals no. Now on Thursday no Cameroon and 7-time winners Egypt on between at their face. So Cameroon and Gesadia, only 5-time winners of the competition. Nyame Adoma, at least you be 2 teams and be PMO or finals. No Bako there, what you may add the title no da. Bako so there on Yanji title no da. And Burkina and Senegal there, you be share team or between Evremo our next stage of the competition. Still, our CAF, I catch you know. Olympus Stadium, stadium, Cameroon, and Comoros, Sesiakai and Sana Stampede. See, 8 people lost their lives. 38 were injured. No, for Ama Clarence said the semi-final game Abekoso between Egypt and Cameroon, and the final match Ankasa of the competition. No, about to me Akoso Penny for so Mutinasi, almost share reports. No, Amo who said. Recommendations any BBR opinion for the apano they are to me and making sure say this send a security of the funds no be guaranteed waiting no to me who say Clarence about because to me and share a guha fans are on stadium no to me I safe waiting no as a match no to me Ekoso into Cameroon versus Egypt no because I was start Olympic now final match of the competition so no to me Akoso I was the same venue way and in sema PFA Hoswa eba you Cameroon and Afcon and sem no ebesi Yenremo ewo amanone na share transfer updates kakra akopiemo over the last 48 hours. Liverpool ometumi assign a branch from FC Porto our winger our friend Luis Diaz a branch no or Colombian winger Ochene Bobre yepa a branch no this season no 25-year-old no as 14 goals manage 5 assists in the Portuguese league in 18 games FC Porto into a branch no sisi ani de ordinary beba beche Liverpool Football Club fee reported to be in the region of £37.5 million and Liverpool at the signing a branch no almost a potential bonuses there bema fee no bet to me arise to £12.5 million we and in summer APF Hoswa Eba Donny van de Beek a branch of Siaka Emma Manchester United a branch no reported to a completely loan move from Manchester United to Everton until the end of the season. We and in summer every Akachia Eba a branch a friend of Donny van de Beek no since we're joining Manchester United from Ajax in 2020 no game time no enya dia asone ni asisi no say open more playing time into no ordinary actually Everton still Everton akachi no report say coach friend of James Frank Lampard dia was signing 2.5-year deal say obe replace coach your friend Rafa Benitez now we and in summer APF also eba after say almost saki Rafa Benitez no Everton eco market no so almost share new coach see ani there former Chelsea coach Chelsea won no konsa a year ago no ono and asisi ano obe betina dugout no ema Everton and I expect say official confirmation no bet me akoso from Everton Football Club we and in summer APF also eba yeremo ewo Barcelona kachi a branch friend Adama Traore now once upon a time no Usiakai ewo La Masia ewo Barcelona Academy no 2015 and Obuni ketem free Barcelona at the English Premier League no ewo Aston Villa Sisiani dia now Usiakai Emma Wolverhampton Wanderers a branch no Barcelona a completing loan deal ama branch we Sisiano abekwa ko Usiakai on loan ewo Barcelona until the end of the season now fee I were involved at the end of the season so Barcelona peso motona £25 million we and in summer a free Adama Traore camp so eba Yenremo ewo Mason Greenwood in Sensemo because no oko social media na a branch a friend of Mason Greenwood no na sem abaye pa na report say rape allegations and sexual assault and your claims are the girlfriend against a branch no na o share pictures and the girlfriend na do to social media na your pictures are fekra na otumu say na branch your friend Mason Greenwood it is alleged say na obo abaye ni ye pa and Greater Manchester Police almost to make arrest a branch no almost a report about say videos be any physical violence pictures are almost to me who no so almost to me pick a branch be up no almost say a branch no reported to be in his 20s no almost to me arrested on suspicion of rape and assault we any summer at Mason Greenwood a branch here or striker Manchester United and almost the statement about say the club do not condone violence of any kind into a branch any there make any further comments but the facts no almost to me establish here share send niema ebe to me akoso a branch any there and ya there to me return to training in the minimum efa in summer echagu efa ne ho no yeremo ewo tennis in sensemo na tennis 110th Australian Open and the 54th Australian Open in the open era no etumi ebawie ewo Melbourne Park enra yakopiemo ewo Rod Laver Arena ewo Mana Fem aye WTA Women's Championship no Ashley Barty world number 1 otumi echi USA abawie friend Daniel Collins etwa 2 straight sets 6-3 7-6 to ensure say ono eye first home Australian and I just say or your first Australian or host and win now since 1978 into it's taken Australia 44 years omehu abaria obetumi replicated the feat of Chris O'Neill or no so etumi a winning women's single Grand Slam no on home soil we any sema APF hoso eba Ashley Barty just say 44 years no wetumi a breaking record now world number 1 no oguso a oche ne bobre yie pa yakopiemo e obema na fam ne dia na akensi no na emu aye de yie pa 5 hours 24 minutes and Brantier aye world number 5 Rafa Nadal ehia ya otumide NCT abantia aye freno Daniel Medvedev into na 5-set game and to me course so Oshasena game no call any dia say and scores no etumi pia 3-2 and scores no to me 2-6 6-7 6-4 6-4 7-5 sa and Rafa Nadal otumi at the year and come back no first 2 sets ne dia otumi elusu here but the final 3 sets no otumi eba back at the bobre year pa sisia no yeka say Ono becomes the first man to win 21 Grand Slam titles in the history of tennis. We and Abako Sema apparently no wetumi aye na sisia ne dia apparently friend Novak Djokovic there still over 20 Grand Slam titles and our opinion friend Roger Federer and also over 20 Grand Slam titles say and Jumedian Ekoya yeka say dia Rafa Nadal ono and sisia no Obia Eka say greatest ever tennis player because of Grand Slam titles do dona abrantia no wetimi age and to me the second Australian Open title Nema Ekoye ama Spain near brantia I friend Rafa Nadal we and same kakra me de bremo from the world of sports. For more sports no tune in to Happy Sports at 9 a.m. Ohene Bampo Brenya Alan Green the researcher legendary Dojaba omotenasia homo de same nyina ebe bremo ewo Happy Sports so and keep listening to Happy 98.9 FM and keep watching ETV Ghana. Happy morning show no, but also with Samir Shen and the editors. Now, share editors and Mobi Dufiha, Andy Kankam, or Jinemu Dindin, and Mr. Mahama, and also Jinemu Dindin. And then, Omuni Samir Shen better tune come. 11 who says Sam, Omudina, Sama, so to me who know Omudina, ever Bremo, Magdan and Sam, and a private jet terminal, no, Omubeka Nina who Sama, Samir Shen, Ebetina, Januma, Obe Chame. I should say, Jumedio no, because we send open. And hey, editors take on the Happy Morning Show. Until men flip it down. No. Keep watching ETV Ghana and keep listening to Happy 98.9 FM.
And you're welcome back. We have done 38 minutes into 7. You're welcome to the Happy Morning Show. And 31st day in the month of January 2022. I'm hoping that when you're going to Bia, Ayaboko, Edema, or Mamfo, Baby, Obiano. I'm hoping, as I said, driving to our various workplaces. We are keeping ourselves safe. Drive defensively. And yes, Ebufu, any other drive name but drive thinking and hoping that will be able to behave like you. Keep to your lanes. A road raging no money in yen free move. Who try a queman by will be a zebra crossing and as a footbridge and keep safe. Motor riders, let's be safe and respect other road users. Now, yen could reach destination safely. But me for we embre or man for na fe no yen twaso yen business tips no. And I it's all about building the culture of savings. So even if you have to start with one city, at the end of the day, depending upon your income level, no, if you're saving one Ghana city, within 10 months, you should see that there is something in your account. If you're saving 500 Ghana cities, if you're saving 200 Ghana cities, by the time you realize you would have saved a lot, which will be beneficial to you at the time when you are in need. Intention is so na share a savings culture. I say if you start today, tomorrow you will smile. Intention is so quickly. Yanko fat Ghana kasana fe me guests mention many more ND and come on. 10 minutes to the top of the hour, 8. Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, Nisim 95.9. Yemobia Akwaba Eba Jumedi. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so comments na El Honema. Obet me a join here. Number is 0244-885140 and 0549 508689 0549 508689. Obetimi afra no pay na oni yedi enkomo e ojumedi so was a train for a very first caller on Ghana Kasanom menko na menkai some text messages are about through on the pay our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Way if we Philip Abuchi Ehonum. I say good morning to you, my good friends at media houses. Over the weekend, the finance minister said they will bring back the toll booths. It seems that another government doesn't know governance. Philip, was it the finance minister or it was the transport roads minister? Hello, good morning. All right, that person could not stay on. Positive change, Madina, and so Eddie Ebi Abraham, or say a government that failed to account for $2 billion from the IMF, $100 million from the World Bank, $250 million from the Stabilization Fund established by Mahama, $85.6 million from European Union, and several others. Can they account for e-levy? Or question? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy.
Yes, I'm Bachodini baby after the boss.
Michael Nicklam.
Yo, Mike Bachenko.
Na maybe say Friday na you call you see town hall video Eastern region.
Yeah.
Na maybe say you go for now or na ya ba ka krabia na because questions ya will be sana obi dira ho say ono anka nye da de na anka yi level no ntiase. Obi a wo ye professor usi yi level ntiase. Yi level ne say umeme wallet a meme yusu a mede sika kakra hye mu a mede esene sene mebusuafo a we kura aban so beje tax wo so enti maye adwuma wie atete me tax ne nyina wie ne aka wo me so a mede bo me bra no so eno so ye samba beje afi so enti eye triple tax na wo ba beje enti nipa no o say that day no ti asem many that day o kasa many wu ne ho pa because na life e wo happy FM. Many would papa miss
but you see, there's a point which has to be made that every tax, if you income, let's get that point clear. Tax be if you seek them. See, your card at the end of the month, you test it if you other obligations. Now, say, net, no, we see can you advance or get your 500 Ghana cedis. So, 500 Ghana cedis, you are going to continue paying other taxes, indirect taxes. You pay, VAT, so you continue paying the taxes. When you get to the filling station and you are going to buy fuel, they will continue taking the taxes. Into income, tax, they will continue being taken. Next one, Efren Obahumana Swap, Menkawi, and Fama Amount for Abbas, Gid and Go. Abbas, I say good morning. Abbas, it's good to have you join us this morning on the show. Happy morning show. And wasu egusua wutie na ocean so ETV Ghana mame and kind text messages are about through on a pay na yenyina no yemfa bi enhye bottom unsusu utie na ohwe ya me you can also send yours through na yen kan emfama Eunice and so I said I am watching you this morning, Eunice. It's good to have you join us on the show this morning. Other comments are ever through. We say if we let me get the it's gone up. All right, too bad. But over to your phone 0244-885140 and 0549-508687. Not a new wedding come on. But you're trying for callers now make man for say and pay. Cheesy Pizza for some can just their doors are open to you at East Legon. They are ready to serve you. But Oko East Legon, American House Junction, Honoma, Computer shop Honono. One more topper and a cheesy pizza for one more East Legon. But you wait me any more Eddie come not only more Eddie in South. So EDC for say and can just a minion and yet chop that be. When you part oh, no, I do watching at home. Watch now. The bit me see will be in him. So safe towards tomorrow. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, on your papa.
Nyamia Bacho now so many.
Yamiadum way meeting the Isaac Mensa Liberty Airport.
Yo, Isaac Machenko.
Yeah, I mean that's in a program so I will and a pain I meet you. I'm working on 7 years. Nyame tia se kakra no sa interview se den am de ba no. Amampani sabi Ghana yi na we obi anim se wi ase nyina sabi ayedin. Nam COVID abanti. Nti se sisi ano mobile money aye twa no sabi ye twa ho tax da. Ska bia be twa mobile money bia no ukọ se ukọ twa mobile money a omo je ho tax. Nti e ba ne sense na o se o san so no so e san ba je tax foforo e wo ne a oji wo ye nechi osan aji foforo e ba sa na sebe nyamo a yesika sam e wo fam no ho kire no na de bia be komu sa tisan ko betumi atie hia ye pane chopa anya na ye to aba ma so be di yeso ba sa de bi ba na nimpa dodo e kan tia se ade wo ya odi ba sebe e mbo anya na se ho be kire hia na ko tie yeso be kakra ntonia e da se ma pane tie mi a nti ne ye pa no nti na so tom because ya na ye de si agwa so ya so no ye ho adwuma ye ho kire ye.
Oh, Isaac, and then the first time out here now.
First time near.
All right, me that's an place. What do you feel into her? Me that's Isaac, and so and the fair about Jumedino Esunum. Now I was telling you about how you need to be financially independent. Say usika some day, you know, and you say, oh, how no afraid Andy. Chale Mr. On Petas being from me. Kwayo Mr. On Petu on the being from me. Yeah, Mr. On Petru on the being Korani school fees so and a mammy no. You need to save towards these situations. You say such situations, sometimes they do come up. Save towards them, and when you're saving towards them, it's about making the right investment. And the right investments can only be made with a EDC. EDC, one more EcoBank. We say EcoBank there. One more international brand. We are saying will be a minimum for EDC for our 0302 634 165, and also the website www.ecobank.com/swam. Not only one more ED in EDC. One more say financial independence is possible. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chiga.
Yes, I'm Pacho Idianko.
Yes. Newspapers will be a good in Obani Bema status. I was school and no kind of one chess on Chiga.
Pacho say?
Newspapers will be a good in Nano. Say a Gatin school, Obani Bema status, I see on and no kind of one chess on.
Oh, they be say
what can watch them our money
issue na a trend on social media.
Chiga.
Na eno kwampo a friend say Fatine raise here. Nti I don't know why person ya na de chire me ko say me na me de ko fa de buy.
Fatine raise here no twaso, but you so mu sa. You. So I find you mosquitoes on. Ebe kasa.
Ko fo bi ha jini right. Anyway, also na memfawe man for na afeni interest in income mass wedding basso on the 14th of February mass wedding basso gidi one sheet gardens, my goodness, one more Emma or no akono keke. But more than say on the 14th, minia odo mo abedomi e ba ye share our FFA eso na me say odo ani ekohwe na gbo wura ho na wetimi say a proper setup any aye na happy from the mass wedding over the years in minia say odo ani e de akira anyum to fo kuku down any de mo e ba ase na wari from wari nyina no minia woman tade woman pabwa woman kam betina mu bibia hotel on beda honeymoon on beko council on ye ni nyina ye na fa ho eka on the 14th of February we ensuring say ye can adofo ni adofo abomu a they only paid 500 Ghana cedis the entire wedding project ni nyina no ye na fa ho eka adofo mo boy ma ye de ebre omanfo no HD Plus your HD experience partner for the mass wedding. Tasty Tom Tomato Paste, EDC Investments Limited, ATL, Alequa Fashions, Drink Clothing, Silver Haircut and Silver Hair, and our second image. We patch Utie, Nasa Abia, Opese Onsuno, Oberboa, Nabeso Yasini, and Nasa Opese Abia. That day, no, you'd want to exhibit some of your products, and I say, or services are. Akwenya Hope from Penyon 4 hours 0242 235 086 and 0249 507 429. Now, only Yen Penyon 4 ND and Como. Happy for mass wedding. Let your love dream come true and walk the aisle right. We any information can carry bit me at the Ama or Man for some day. Andy can come element chance answer Audu Mahama and so element chat me AD and Como. Audu, good morning.
Good morning.
Na bibia boko de. Andy, morning.
Morning, Sammy.
Bibia boko de.
Obody de ache. Onamoye.
Pete rade ase. So say how do I ma? This is the third time, me boy.
Higher con. Higher con.
Yo. Maybe trust.
Maybe I know now you're busy. Higher con.
Maybe trust.
Some I can walk kuku person.
Oh, maybe and you come asem. And you come asem.
Maybe I could want it. Why is my jammy phone of you?
And the phone is so wrong.
I'm asking information. I want me phone you now. I'm my job of you.
And then Jimmy phone use.
And that be information new phone so.
And information come off phone so they are not
sure. Sammy Sean are off on the phone amount say use it. Any ka baby tron. Ono serekwa.
Oh, Sammy.
Oh, use you ya niema.
Never ever.
Anyway, any FF, I don't know. How do we hear that say?
Oh, echo ye. Just set. Yeah, Juma Kakra weekend. I break a crab, but Yaminti Etiasi.
Nice. Andy, no way.
Oh, maybe I tell you. Echo ye. Once I won, you one did it. You won't quantity. I sit down at the man.
Now, Miss Maybe so. Yeah. How do you mean so? Yeah, Bible quotations, no. How they send you how much, no. Bears at 3 o'clock, no.
Oh, here, I'm private. I mean, you're I was here, you might way, and you'll be a
Bible quotation was
and you'll be on a bed here tomorrow.
Manage Chronicle, you know,
one quotation of the Bible.
Say, yeah, now, or more day quotation neighbor to go with the front page. On say you have done allegedly rapes a student in medicine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sebi.
Yeah, Bunisa.
And often
police officer attempts to
kill. 2 Samuel 13, verse 14. But he would not listen to her, and being stronger than she, he violated her and lay with her. It's not gonna share my glasses. But he would not listen to her, and being stronger than she, he violated her and lay with her. This is 2 Samuel 13, verse 14.
Yeah, Bible backed.
See, they are backing their headline with scripture. And you know the scripture, that Bible contains everything. It's the source of everything. Oh,
anyway,
only a book answer.
Only a book answer.
Oh, it should be a discuss aside 11 educational sector and sense.
No, me that's it. For so, ne do don't know more here. No, any diemu. Ye chao. Ye baha na sebio ye bebobo nsemo. Ghana hundonti. Sebe ya Ghana be fan into mapa Afra. Ama for whom by him. In our attempt to do this, to contribute our product to the national discourse, no. No better me we are just human.
Yeah.
Maybe I would manache. Some yam say in summer, yam say a tree margin kakrano. Last week, sorry, I almost say you are a Sebefia. The deputy chief of staff operations under the JEA Mills administration, Professor Mills administration, Eddie Crata be by. Sir, mobile launch some memorial heritage. Achina or CD. We say auditorium or Legon. And when you talk about that city auditorium or Legon, it was built by Yura, the late Vice President Misata, when he was the governor of the Bank of Ghana. And Sami, I am told, later, former President John Dramani Mahama will launch that, will do the launching. And some revered academicians have been billed to grace the occasion by, in terms of their speeches and lecture. And so the lead speaker will be Kwame Pienim, the economist and elderly statesman, Professor Kwame Pienim. Professor Kwakwenya, Professor Francis Dudu, and Mame Osei Abuaji. So I mean, for those personalities, I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with them. I have nothing against them. See, they are fond of the late president, especially when you talk of Professor Francis Dudu. Yeah, the late president.
Oh, but you're informal on the pair,
body power. But you see, we say number 2, Jano.
Sorry.
Me monitor public reaction and go for say, oh, for all these years, 10 years, what is this that NDC is doing? Those organizing the program, what is it that they are doing? 10 years after attempts to arbitrate the legacy and the memory of the late Mills. I mean, after now, Sammy, they are talking about heritage. And I think we have 2 heritage sites of the late President Mills is associated with. One is the Asumdwe Park, and 2 is the library, Naiwo Cape Coast, directly opposite the Coast Castle. Under former President Mahama, Eco Commission here. Others ma make a commission sa project in 2016. So now you expect to say project after the commission. Per my briefing and what I know, I've spoken to some committee members, and I'm surprised that some of the committee members near my echo about the Tamils Memorial Library. No, I mean they are silent because per information, no, telcos no and a funded project no. Contractor na can say, "Oman fasikana mana, Oman tuanika fula." He won't release the key. So that library there is rotting away. So if you have something, or you think that you want to honor the memory of the late Mills, so go and operationalize the library. Asumdwe Park, why was it abandoned? No, why was it abandoned? President Mills died on the 24th of July, give and take because of the elections. By 10th August, he was laid to rest. The initial plan is say Omunye Bibina first anniversary, no? At least they will build a park and honor him because he died in office. What happened? 10 years. What happened? Say nyame anayewura kokura nyido ho. Say every 24th July ba unti program bia. Me na me so me canopy akọ Asomdwe Park. Ye na ebe tro ama national security because in fact you free power, MDC free power. We wrote 2017. We wrote to national security because it's a state, we say, a facility. So you per se, you babe observe the 5th anniversary. And a moment you coin, you copy hall, so a canopy begu hall, and the big shots in the NDC walk into that program, including former President John Dramani Mahama. We bought a reef for him to live. Yes, the Tamils Institute, founded by Koko Anyido. So, and then Okaka, then Crawford be already. So this is the right time or more year the property and that one-man show and Koku running one-man show. Koku Anyido Huni and Dikanka. Now, Sammy, and that we say former President Mahama, Tama Wabam, Uti say Bibi or my tribute say President Mills na yai. President Mills has no legacy. No, see, there were this desperate attempt to arbitrate the legacy of the late Mills.
Relax, Andy. A point in say because Koko Anyido or yourself more at a Mills Institute.
No.
Nobody can establish anything.
Sammy, Minji,
is that what you're saying?
Minji at a Mills Moso. And that is not what we are saying.
Yes, so.
But you see, the attempt as if say, one man institution being a Koku and Dimu running, and now they are doing the proper thing. And you see, some insults directed at my person, Koku, and those of us. I mean, the young guys, the hardworking guys, Kalisa Kolache, the likes of Eden Beble and Adolf Boatin, just to preserve and keep the legacy of the late President Mills now. Anka, but for us, go to Asumdre Park, and inshallah, Rabbi, I know 24th July 2022, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will commission the Asumdre Park. Yes. Masa, ya bomb pie. Say yes, because empire boy, so I sue you, President Akufo-Addo 8 years. Why strategic coda?
Mami, this is a question, Bill.
So you see, people should not attempt
relax
for their selfish gains, right?
No, Andy, no, I wouldn't go there because you see, as an institute, nothing stops you from inviting Mr. Kwame Pianim if you are having an event.
So I mean, you have not been following.
You
were there to moderate our.
Yes, I have moderated.
Yes, and you know that you
I know the caliber of people who came there. Yes, so if someone is also starting something, someone is also starting.
We are not against it. We are not against these personalities. But what they want to know, annoying to them. Listen, unfortunately, annoying to them. Somebody want to use them for credibility's sake. They are abusing them to abuse the memory of the late professor. But that's the point. Here, Massa. Asama Mekai. Paul Adomochiraka. Why? This is a
sample. But why? If Paul Adomochi says then it authenticates.
So Ghana for you know who say because we pay 2 minutes, we pay so back power, you know. This is what you are doing. You want to use abuse the memory of the
say nipa decide say emre aso.
10 years.
Na say we say
10 years.
Was starting an institute.
10 years. But your papa no done one thing 10 years. What are you talking about, Sammy? Hey, 10 years. Honor thy father and mother. Master, 10 years.
But are you not the same person admitting, say, there have been instances as a result of. That way, a Kokwaido or NDC. And you Kokwaido who.
Oh, that's your NDC.
But he insisted that he's still a cabinet member of the NDC. Anyway, Andy, I think, sir, Odem Patha. Many people are not substantive matter I person discussing. But what I'm saying is that Sekokwa who you find say as an NDC person, Akwaha Kalopi, Modi Akusisi Honum, not a former President Mahama. You admit, say every year he goes there to go and pay his respects. Meboa.
Me say 5th anniversary.
And I'm occupying the respect, Meboa.
You're trying to tourist man.
No, obey they will be paying the respect, Meboa. So if the man comes to pay his respects to the man.
Before that time, no, and says you ho anya ho fire. Oba pay respect. Oba tinha ba betra ho.
Andy.
No. Oba tinha ba betra ho. What was his contribution to all those events in Nana area, or those big men or NDC? That is the point. Listen, from the period 2013 to 2016, you cannot mention President Mills' name as a government appointee. What are you talking about?
Mamenji Andy Mahama Audu.
This double standards. Listen, Audu, you must honor people. So be buawa. Just say thank you. Yes, you Christo crowd the money. Master, so sang for yare. But coupe ne buy. Ubusa say na nkaya no way. Sometimes it's just honoring people, and the doors will be open for you. It's not when you want to come to power at all costs, then you want to use the credibility, the integrity, the image of the good old professor.
Mamenji issue our pese and Rebecca Hossana.
Me share that near many some of kind of me so me pese me count kakra.
Oh, na say
oh that be
okay.
You are being autocratic.
Yes, at a Mills heritage na ebe lunch one.
Yes.
Na heritage, you know, then what does it intend to portray? The
virtues.
The virtues.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say I have time to question even on this platform. Say now that for former President Mills Oba Abemu 3.5 years no ono anyefe wo Ghana na. I asked on this platform and other platforms. For many years, since I mean offer power no, I have not heard they say yes former President Mills aye project way aye see. What will you use? Say former President projects ni na ye former President Mahama.
Even the Green Book.
Projects mean who say yaka say Professor Mills.
The legacy and memory of President Mills.
Hypocrisy.
And the woman kasa. Me who or baby and I mean two or baby say Professor Mills I see Professor Mills I see. O show mo from Ombu Green Book e konye na.
Mills Mahama government. You don't hear the Mills Mahama government.
Why say Mills Mahama government? I don't
hear. Under the Mills Mahama government. Which was done under the Mills Mahama government.
Where did you make this other? It is about former President Mahama project.
Even the funding for this second interchange. Who want to source the funding?
Oh yes, sir.
You have. What are you talking about? Rich Hospital, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital.
Relax.
One year,
and the one Mamen Kasa, and the Common Kasa.
He's been autocratic.
Intimate service, I say. So, say, Obia President Bia, Senate projects, and any near my the kind. What the performance, any near my structure. Former President Kufuor, all free Abemo, Obia Kai say. Or the DNA by school feeding. Or the school feeding by or the metro mass transit by or the NYEP and no no this son called Jida and Samson by or the Niama Bibre by the kind one idea no nte meals by dear now, no so by the back kind of heritage, you know. I know what are you going to say? Say yes, say why say, dear no, all these years here more. Over from current President Mama Nankasano. See e-blocks. Oko can see e-blocks. Oka see a rich hospital. Meanwhile, rich hospital is so meals in a start here on a year. Projects never be meals. Now so meals he did name Mahama. Former President Mama. Oba nea. Free senior high school. Yet they are the Mama President Akufo-Addo. One district, one factory. We yet they are the mills and so they are the bonity. Into a heritage after 10 years, and I say, oh, they kind of maybe, as they say, maybe better late than never. But people will be questioning the motive behind this heritage now.
All right. Madam Sanope, you move on to your substantive matter. 11. Any town hall meetings are so the finance minister leading the charge. Honorable Afinya Markin Ekanoho and Esle Kufu or more echo more quaprable. Maminji will take on the town hall meeting. How you see it?
Oh, town hall meeting. I mean, name is it's about interacting. Government officials interacting with ordinary Ghanaians on baby sub questions. All the near my person or catch your man, then you ask you questions on those things. And me who say that is the educational aspect of e-living or about per se or passing over implemented. As a month for TRC policy audible and how it will affect their lives. OG living now, they now is ODA. How is it going to improve their lives? How is it going to bring their bad roads, repair their bad roads? How is it going to remove schools and the trees in Niama? How is it going to support the economy of this country? And there's all church. It's an amount for. And me Jidi say and non tena omokoye town hall meeting no. Now town hall meeting no omokoye last night he say group be is it say I'm confused about the names. Is it the fix the country
and fixing the country?
Fix the country group led by Vomo. It is say ye omoko for war sa program no. And I maybe say now then idea ye open you dress na say okotena ho a when e ho kra na be hu say ofiri fix the country unless the workers na be say is it that omukoye demonstration bi wo ha ono onimo but no okay there's no democracy, there's no okasa bebre me say now Ghana what is democracy? The particular event all more year shows that there's democracy. Particular event now BA Ghanaians to come and ask public officials questions. And no actually say a democracy. We know as aside the now because you be near man and say original be our own program be own penny and so if Ghana want to at least allow government to do what it wants to do for Ghanaians to decide. But okay demonstrations even at a forum like this you don't expect police to leave you or more yes I no the me do say sir your friend saying town hall meeting no it's about education on the e-levy, and that's what government intends to do to tell the people what they will, the importance of the why are buying at this time or need the e-levy crucial moment at this crucial moment after devastation of COVID on here e-levy. So that is it. And I've also heard some people, I know you may go there, you in particular, about this thing about Auditor General's report. Say people have made this argument, say 10 billion, 12 billion has been lost through corruption in 2020. And that argument that people make is a complete fallacy. And you're no correct. Say 10 billion has been lost through corruption, 12 billion. And you're no correct. A new Auditor General's report. Granted, me clarification. Granted, say 12 billion, no, I buy 12 billion in this e-levy is also supposed to generate maximum 7 billion. What they come with saying 90 billion. Now, OSHA 2022 budget to now about presenting for Parliament. Budget deficit alone is about 37 billion. Now, we 29, we have mathematics, mommy. We 19 from 37 more. We still have a budget deficit of almost 20 billion. Even with so-called 12 billion I say through corruption, if we're even supposed to, if we even block that loophole, collect all that money, and still 7 billion from e-levy, yeah, they count on 19 billion now. It still doesn't close our deficit gap. No. We still need to get money somewhere. How are we going to finance the deficit? Maybe through borrowing. Do we have that luxury?
But do you necessarily have to have a deficit?
That is why deficit.
Do you necessarily have to have a deficit? A deficit only comes in, say, a projected revenue of that 100 billion.
Yes. Yes.
And a projected expenditure of around 137 billion now.
Yes.
If you know perfectly well the conditions in the country,
yes,
that's not allowed for you to meet your expenditure program. Running now.
Yes.
What stops you from cutting down?
You see, that is the problem. Yeah, Sami Ote.
Mete, friend saying, Kaswa Road.
Na Kaswa Road last in so toy crowd. No one say even sun ever block it. No better now how they say yeah clear. You know, are you going to use sun to clear the sun?
No.
And yes, car.
No.
You are talking of budget safety. You are borrow car. Even repayment of interest alone is about on this budget about 40 something billion cedis. I would pay. We are talking recurrent expenditure of salaries, government workers running into billions of Ghana cedis. When you expenditure now is a compulsory, say oh yeah, and no cry no we seek our budget no and through no. How do you say there will not be budget deficit?
So then I asked the question, sir. The Deputy Minister for Finance is quoted as saying, one of the papers reported that per the assimilations somewhere, 25% of users of these platforms are likely to go off in terms of the utilization of the platform.
Yes.
So already, government na estimation, that 7 billion you are talking about is going to be shot by that 25%.
It doesn't, yes.
They
have done all these calculations.
Yes. So then, again, that deficit still remains. Let's say at the end of the day, they are able to raise some 5 billion, or let's say they are able to raise some 4 billion.
Yes.
That deficit still remains.
Yes.
But how are you going to service that deficit?
That is the problem. Exactly.
So the point I'm making is
that's why I'm buying through to meet that deficit in a way. No, he said, finance minister said, best Parliament to cut expenditure of all the ministries by 20%. So that's another way of cutting the deficit.
So then it tells me that the finance minister sees the needfulness to prioritize. In reducing the expenditure by 20%, it tells me that expenditure of 137 gets reduced by a certain margin.
But see, the reduction of the 20% may not get, because of reduction of 20% budget, allocation, no. Roads and Highways Ministry may not tie my road in Lambusi, where the district.
All roads been tarred. Even when
I am telling you, I'm mentioning Lambusi because the district was created in 2007 by President Kufuor. Up to now, how many years now? There's not an inch of tar road in that district. Lambusi district, an inch of tar road.
Pacho,
yes.
Sorry. NDC government came. Lambusi did not see one drop.
A single drop. Meanwhile,
relax.
Yes.
Pacho, relax. NDC government came.
Yes.
That road did not see one drop.
1 inch of tar road.
MPP government has come 4 years on. It hasn't seen one drop.
Yes.
At the time COVID-19 had hit.
Yes.
What tells you that today?
And to now,
when you collect that money,
if you were monitoring,
be
don't because now there's more. There was some massive demonstration. My area, I call Sisala East near because of bad roads. Sisala East, Lambusi. You know we have 2 Sisala districts and constituencies. We have Sisala East, Lambusi. No, we actually have 4. We have Sisala East, Sisala West, Sisala Lambusi, Sisala East, Sisala West, and Y East. These are Sisala districts and constituencies.
And give me your pen. Sorry, go ahead.
The roads are there in all these are terrible. The massive demonstration caused last year, and Aban promises say Afuwe on Mayor roads. In fact, on Mayor some of the roads. Now over cut 20 now Aban over catch say because of cut no year roads in the Yantimanya. And you want us to sit down and fold our arms.
Okay. How do my paint this scenario?
Painty.
All these things you are talking about, legitimate.
Yes.
But I ask myself, say, we have heard that the finance minister is considering 1.5% of the Momo tax, e-levy tax.
You see, don't even do the calculation. Don't waste your time.
No, I won't relax.
Even if it is 1 billion or 2 billion, it's better than nothing. You do the reduction.
Yes, so the point I'm trying to make is
2 billion, only there 2 billion,
that 2 billion,
3 billion,
I will do. You made a projection.
Is about how much calculation now is about how much Abambenya from e-levy.
You are projected that some 7 billion is going to come from
it
this.
May not be the 7 billion.
Relax.
So don't use me.
But that's the figure. It's around 6.9.
It's around 6. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, 6.
It may
so
be
it's 7.
2 billion or 3 billion.
Relax. The point
1
I'm making
billion is
this.
even better than 0.
In the end.
Yes.
If your argument that 1 billion is better than 0.
Yes.
Obviously, the projects that government intends to embark on, if it's getting 1 billion, which is better than 0, most of them won't be done.
So but some will be done.
So then it brings us to the question of
Sammy, do you like 0 or you want 1 billion? Who was 0 and now who will pay 1 billion? What do you know how much 1 billion can do? And do you know how much 0% can do?
If that 1 billion, in the long run, is going to erode a structure, you see, that 25% has got ripple effect. The 25% that
it all boils down to the reduction in the revenue. Government knows all this.
If, for instance,
and they are even reducing the rate from 1.75 to 1.5. They know what they are doing.
So no, it's not a matter of they knowing what they are doing. Say, me make a 25% on your simulation on the camera.
Yes.
That my cousin, who every month receives 300 Ghana cedis from me, will be affected.
How? Also, it means that you have to travel to go and give the money to your cousin.
Yes, but the
government is greedy. If because of this, your cousin, you stop. You say you won't do the Momo. You won't do Momo, and yet your cousin is denied. It means that you even drive to go and give your cousin the money. You are being greedy.
This is what I mean.
Don't use Momo to deny your cousin the money.
No. Listen, this is what I mean.
What do you mean? Listen, let me hear you.
That my cousin who was going to receive that money via Momo.
Yes.
Receives that 300 Ghana cedis, intends also transfers, let's say 150 cedis to another cousin via Momo.
Yes.
That my cousin will not transfer that money also via Momo. He's off. So the 25% which captures me does not capture that my cousin.
You see.
Now,
but it is still the three.
Yes, but that money goes. The money goes physically.
You see,
what I'm trying to say is the effect this may have, the cascading effect.
This your calculation that you are doing. You think government doesn't know this calculation you are doing?
But government knew and the government
you think they don't understand this your mathematics, your voodoo mathematics?
Me, I'm not doing voodoo mathematics. But
okay, your mathematics, sorry. I withdraw. Mathematics, I mean, but it's good. You have calculated well.
Yes.
But me, the MHN say, if your cousin, you the 300, who send 300 to your cousin. I don't know where your cousin lives.
Yeah.
And you want to drive. You say you won't do momo.
Yeah.
You want to drive and buy fuel in your car and drive to wherever your cousin is.
Take trotro.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
All the way you use car. Trotro say you're free.
Yes.
Trotro is free.
Yes.
And now Ghana trotro.
Only a trotro. Make your point,
You will still go and take trotro, pay money, then drive and go and give your cousin money and drive your cousin. You also the 300 now the command. One also person send 150 more be. Nipa no be one so now also have a car. And so drive your command. If that is why you prefer to paying additional charge to sit in the comfort of your home and send in any day, your decision. And government knows that this is likely to happen. That is why our cars it may reduce by 25%, but still they want to go ahead with it because they know that 75% is better than zero, or even 50% is better than zero. So whatever it is, that's what government is pushing. Marga said, look, nobody wants to pay taxes anywhere in the world. Nobody. But where do we go to collect monies? Look, many of the countries that will go to collect loans, any name, Oga said, some do not have like gold in any name. It taxes now, more citizens, and on then they put interest on it for us to pay. In any case, loans in the and you are buying a bet you. The loan says Ghana debt profile today is 344 billion cedis. 344 billion. Okay, say President Akufo no nebetia. It is not. It is Ghanaians who are going to pay. Do we want to continue to pay something small to lessen the borrowing, so that we will not pay the loans with interest, or you want government to borrow so that we use the tax us more to pay the loans and deny us development in this country? That's alternative choices we have to make as a country. I've heard argument about some people, if you come to the nitty-gritties of it, it is my way, it's stealing. I have my, if you have your money, you save your money. If you don't want to transfer, nobody will tax you. You put your money in your wallet and save it as a saving. Nobody will tax you. When people say they are taxing your savings, they are taxing your, if you have your money, you don't transfer, who will tax you? Wallet to phone, say, 100 million or so. Now, one transfer mobile, I'll be back to me about phone, so I do seek.
You see, I didn't want to go there.
Go, come there.
But what do you mean?
What there, bra?
My name Andy, or a private man.
Yes.
Andy says, I'm creating this platform.
Yes.
Where you can save your money, where you can transfer. At the end of the day, I will even give you interest for keeping your money on this platform.
You have come there. You have come there.
Yes. Now,
you know,
okay. Let me land. So that businessman, I make that arrangement with that businessman, and I'm comfortable with it.
Oh, no, why?
The telcos. The businessman is the telcos. That infrastructure called mobile money, that infrastructure.
Hey.
That infrastructure.
You think that if government had not used billions of our money, taxpayers' money to fiber optics in India to create the infrastructure, the telcos will be able to do what they are doing.
And the telcos are using it for free.
That money, how much are they paying? How much are they paying? Can you tell me how much they are paying?
Business to decide, say, the charge you're charging, they say so, and I say so. But let me land. You're interrupting me. So
what? Now what are they panelists?
That's all. I'm some question. I mean, you are.
Andy, we are panelists.
Mamenji Andy,
what close me?
Because we saw him say me a panelist.
That's why you're panelist. Only men only say interaction. We are panelists.
Andy, uncle.
So I'm going to say, you live in Sensen.
And they are community.
Yeah.
Some maybe a person called fan.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobo, baby. But my brother would agree with me. Say, Menino, no one casa. A tear for the donor, no more here. School can cry a coin. When it comes about public policy implementation, one critical thing I saw here is a stakeholder engagement that will inform the steps to be taken. Mr. Obo, John Kumadi, Deputy Minister for Finance, say research be our my and they say so we go ahead with the E-level now. At least 25% of Unkrofua more bracket in terms of mobile money transaction. on the film, right? And I think that is serious.
It could be more or less.
I think that is serious. That is why initially I had problem with government on the back of this starting revelation by the telecom chamber said they were not consulted. You reckon I should be in the outfit about outside. They were not consulted regarding this e-levy. And I said, I cringed. Said no, that cannot be a policy that is supposed to one way or the other, I mean, make an impact on the lives of the people. You need to engage them. See, this town hall meeting should have preceded all these things. And can call town hall meeting now. See, John Kumaika. Meaning, say after the resistance in a safe one and more year, this town hall meeting. Ghana for they have made up their mind. I'll be the last person to be against any steps to be taken by governments, not this particular. I said governments to rake in revenue to prosecute its Roma agenda. I'll be the last person. But sometimes you must be very circumspect, given the current circumstances and the living condition of the people. Especially when we are told that, listen, this COVID-19 is a global, it's a tried knowledge, how it has wreaked havoc on global economies. And Ghana, we are not an exception. So yes, if you want to come out with a policy, you need to be at least considerate. That is why initially I said that, I mean, I didn't know the thinking that went into it. 1%, okay, keep the road toll. You decided to scrap the whole road toll, the little that you are getting. You see, and I'm happy that my brother, you see, you know, also I was listening to him. My brother said, as for the road toll, it's good that they've abolished the road toll. Now he's talking that even 1 billion is money. So the road toll is not money. No. Sammy, when he sues the devil, he quotes the Bible. I would say, even 1 billion. Say something like that. What's even 1 billion is money? In the road toll, need any
78 billion.
No. What are you talking about? Road toll, yes,
78 million, yes,
so, and I make us say, keep the road toll. Maybe I call Bob Busian, they've told their roads. Okay. What are you talking about? Okay. Now we are told that 25% in Crawford transaction, they'll be off the bracket. So your projects in Krano, Massa, you can't even get a 6.9 billion now. And look at the resistance. So, Abayano, yes, sir, governments, so move the policy back. And yes, better office. Those intransigent stance, obi attitude, near say a Massa, you are giving the mandate by the people just to govern. You know, your finance minister. In the 2 million, Ghana for the money for Bako, and then now do that. And also, wapa na pan for say, oh, Massa, Mumbrame Boame. So when you are there, that doesn't mean say you won't listen to people. Engage people. Share, Omasi market be just after Japan. Market be Omasi Oho. Microphone so monko. Because they were not consulted, there was no engagement. That was not their need. So in policy formulation, there's something we call need assessment. You diagnose what their problems are. What is what we can. So in the town hall meeting, and come here, and can be a Ghana for better. Oh, a year, adi sikabeba ama yebe nyasikadia ye puntujuma de it's okay. And you see, for Mami Esra also Kasembi. And I always said, for us to be independent, we must be seen to be doing certain things on our own, not to be going with cap in hand, roaming, looking for money. Because they say, given the COVID-19 and the ravages, so the independence and the Ghana beyond it, if you want to breathe life into it, then these are some of the things we need to do. But you can't do it when you don't consult, when you don't engage in this a town hall meeting. Now you are doing the town hall meeting. In Crawford, they have made up their mind.
So much.
But number two, does it also mean, because I've heard the finance minister making this forceful argument, say 11 ma, Oman prema ya passe, ama ya started the implementation of that policy now, the economy will suffer. Does it mean that there is no other avenue for us to rake in revenue? Does it mean that, listen, we are bereft of ideas as a country. Fine. If that...
It will still be taxed.
Meba. If that is the situation, I think that you will come before Nini IFS, Jumabi, about how Ghana should take advantage and the commanding height in the extractive sectors. So listen, the extractive sectors are paying just peanut to us in terms of tax. Go there.
What was the suggestion given there?
Oh, the extractive sectors. He said no, we should go in there.
And do what?
Do more tax.
No, he talks about monetization of that. If you look at his statement that day, monetization of extractive royalties in there to get money.
The point is that...
And then, abandoned by in the form of Ajapa. Read the statement well.
Wait.
He said we should go towards...
As a vehicle, as an instrument, was not a bad idea.
Yes.
Nobody said Japan.
So why was it
a bad idea?
No.
It is...
We'll come there another day.
Me can say... We should be looking at other ways at Yedibe raking in revenue. No, but also, in as much as forcefully, I've heard the argument from Yura Penyomaki to Finance Minister, Yura John Kumaya Wakawe, so they'll find some ways to bring the people back. Though initially they were not accommodative in terms of the e-level. They'll find a way to bring them back because the research has shown and has provided how to hold them back. Fine. But Sammy, one other issue, and I'm not, it's about governments. The reckless spending of Yesika. So British Parliament. So Konya Motiso. What's the bench? So we go to them for money. And the V8. Look at the V8 I'm in Namkro. V8. V8 Tamuchi. Chief Executive V8. So listen, you are telling Ghanaians that listen, no more a day. Then you must also spend wisely. You must be prudent in your expenditure. Yeah, me say you Nana Akufo-Addo buy. Oma order be say no ministries, the department and talkers.
For a particular period.
So, but I say motor.
Is it lifted?
So motor. Does it mean say carnival? Sammy, you see, why you do this and you come to Ghanaians say Uber better sioma. Obiam tax o. Obiam person bet your tax. That we must be frank with it. But tax no sooner. So governments must be prudent in their expenditure. Who traffic man now be seen with siren V8 nipa obi a wotua tax no
at least it has reduced
or the trotro or your mama am better no so see governments
they don't want to be damperized.
Oh, that's what I mean. They must be prudent. And they should be looking at other innovative ways, I mean, to rake in revenue. We must block the leakages and the seepages. We are talking of digitizing this country, for which Ghana, I think we've won the applause for. We've been applauded by Transparency International. Masa, so if you are digitizing, now 25%, and you're John Kuma, the gospel according to the Deputy Finance Minister, 25% of the people will not carry on with this transaction. You are defeating this very agenda. So, Sammy, yes, in as much as you best supporting government efforts to rake in revenue, because without Sika, and I like that crusade. The Lambuse district, he's been championing that, and I think that the government must listen. No, my brother is suffering.
I'm suffering.
No, my brother is suffering. No, my brother can't go to his hometown.
You see, the only reason why he can't go to his hometown is because he doesn't drive a V8. If he were to be driving a V8, he would go and come.
So my point is that
I should wait.
He wants to make use of what you see. So the point is that they should go and construct his road for him so that he can go. With his, if it is truck, I'll bet me the accord. What do you say? And yes, I got truck before I do no a boo boo. You understand what I'm saying? And government, I'm happy. Sir, we say road minister said then.
Or say
if the need arises for them to.
And yet the need arises. So as I say, oh yeah, this is now taking here. No, Master was not backed by science and data. Science, that decision now will take you that night.
Andy,
it was not backed by science and data.
It will be difficult to bring it back because you see the reasoning behind the removal of the toll booths, was that at the traffic bar. You see, I call climate change conference about. The embassy pollution because I am who's a toll booth. How do we come back with this lingering idea with the how do we bring it back?
Toll booth Legon toll booth membra weekend you oko kaswa that's no yes toll nukura ni no yes he was supporting it.
Sammy,
listen, as for the toll, listen, Yewura Makwata has nothing to say. The AV is worth considering. He should bring it back.
Sammy,
it was not a decision well thought through, and we must just tell them in the face.
Sammy, when you say me na toll booth there, maybe I've said it publicly, but I think there have been superior arguments against the MMP. You see, and then one of the reasons why MMP is still happening.
Sammy,
and Maminka said,
Sammy, I would say 1 billion cries.
Yeah,
his justification for the e-levy.
78 million cries.
10,000 cry from toll booth.
Yes, there's superior arguments. They've been superior arguments. As I say, I'm backtracking. I must admit publicly, say, main reasons I mean my say me put a toll booth to Nene. Those toll booths, the roads are so choked with traffic. Until me, I think I have to eat the humble pie.
Yes.
They say, minister, wait there. They say it's kitwa bien toi.
Now, maybe so. Until for all these times,
yes. Sammy, I want to go to the no, the 12 billion now. I'm also through corruption, public accounts, Auditor General's report. I want to go there. The roto no mamen koho. Roto no there. Yeah, the bar no problem. If it's
Auditor General,
Unim said there's been this, and unfortunately, members of parliament, including more public accounts committee, that committee is chaired by minority. They keep on saying, say, e-levy no, bankoji 12 billion na, lose through corruption. In 2020 Auditor General's report, you will not need 7 billion from e-levy. I have shown, say, even with all, we still need money. Yeah. But that is a fallacy. That argument, that suggestion, say, 12 billion was lost through corruption in the 2020 Auditor General report. Now information in our phone, so my phone, but I can still remember they say over 10 billion cedis of that money were through loans, that were recoverable loans. Recoverable, yes, it be a recoverable then. It means who bet imagine. Check, everybody should go and check. Those who make that argument, go and check 2020 Auditor General's report. It's just our table now also no say whether 12 billion was lost through corruption. 10 billion, over 10 billion, so the loans I bet me recover. 12 billion, 10 billion loans I bet me recover. So how do we say all the 12 billion was lost through corruption? The rest of the 2 billionaire canon, they have been some a misapplication of funds. FBI is a final project be an infanya na share. And their genuine ones are very a small amount embezzle and no dear. That is why we should prosecute those who have embezzled our money. If we don't take action, say obia diesika through Outjana and Juma identify be say wajigana ska wedi. They say papa will call hospital be tamale okay 70 something now they are sharing buto. If those ones are out, those ones are corrupt cases, cases of corruption, acts of corruption. Sani panel, if you want to show say we are serious, those are the people we should be prosecuting. That way, if we prosecute them, Ghanaians will know say we are doing
reference, yes. for purposes of the conversation.
Yes, yes.
Meet me at the amount for the table you're referencing.
Reading,
Table 1, summary of financial irregularities for the period ended 31st December 2020.
Okay.
1. type of irregularity. That's how the Auditor General classifies these items. Irregularities. Outstanding debtors, loans recoverable, outstanding debtors / loans recoverable. It constitutes 78.3% of the amount.
Mention the actual figure.
Which is around 10 billion. 10 billion.
Yes.
Then it goes to cash irregularities, which is around 1.8 billion.
Cash irregularities, what does it say about that one?
The cash irregularities, it doesn't explain.
Okay.
It doesn't explain.
Okay.
Payroll irregularities, and also it's around 9.5 million.
Okay.
And procurement irregularities, and also around 846 million.
Yes.
Then it talks about tax irregularities, and also around 29 million.
Yes.
Then stores irregularities, contract irregularities, then it brings you to the total sum. But you see,
so that is
the point being made is this:
yes,
that all these irregularities, as captured by the Auditor General, if debtors who owe, their debts are collected, we have money.
Exactly.
But
I agree with you. Yes, but to say it is corruption, that it is lost through corruption. That's my point. Is it corruption?
You see, the Auditor General described the item as an irregularity.
Irregularity is irregularity corruption.
Listen, Pacho. Me Auditor General. What I say?
Oh, Sami,
but so Obiba describe it debt. So Obi Obika say irregularity.
Is it corruption?
How is that?
Is that corruption? It's a me Marco Bank.
Yeah, genuine business.
Oh,
what they make up?
Sami.
How does that amount to an irregularity?
It's
not an irregularity.
So you should even be questioning the classification of Auditor General. Sami, my main besao. Who call bank?
That's a valid point.
We should even be questioning the way. That's why, because who
exactly my point.
Me Marco Bank Akojiska. As kana meji ementia. Then the bank will follow me to collect the money. You classify that as irregular. Maybe a default in payment. Maybe that's what they are saying.
But
default.
See,
but government is not a bank. I will not pay.
Government is not a bank.
What
I say?
So how is it?
Yes, that is why it will be. That is why I think they are describing it as an irregularity.
But is it corruption? Even if it is
under what circumstance? What I say? And a state institution, and a state agent, would this be? Under what circumstance?
Some are banks, some are banks.
Yeah, so Sami,
report to some are banks actually. Some are banks.
The Auditor General's report, I have a problem with it, in that some in the preparation of the report and they uncover some malfeasance now. Prepare report, then they write to Nkrofona involved for their response. Yes. I am told reliably, sir, before even the Public Accounts Committee ever started discussion. Some of
the things before they bring, some of the things have been collected.
So you see, the Public Accounts Committee now should be telling the Auditor General, so who uncover BB in course of your investigation, and you write to that institution, say,
recover something, rectify. When they do, include
it in your final report.
All right.
That's what I'm making.
I'm breaking, bro. Na me ba. Na afe no.
Topic we
Yeah. We will engage whilst we take our viewers and our listeners.
We topic. 12 million lost through corruption.
And I cry you need time. Next week,
we should finish it.
Next week,
different group na beba.
Yeah, Daniel Horma. Live on Happy 98.9 FM. Your phone line is not to a man's phone, so I'm more friend. By the time they come, then you can make a comment before they come. Made the rapper comments in the moment. I had the ambassador holding me hosting, sir.
Now you better now. You buy offer calls.
Look, the intimidation must
yes,
the intimidation must
we need a view.
The situation where you guys play victims, and then I am the person who is the Munjai Sanomano. The Biamu play victims.
No, we need the feedback.
0244-885140. 0244-885140 and 0549-508687. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Yes, I'm Pacho Dini Baby Afro Femini. Yes, sir.
And maybe sir, the person be a financial business there. And then another bank say, Tam Belmum who say, you levy pay in a bit more boy my Ghana. You're good, you're diamond, you're chance, you're Juha, you're pot, you can yano and boy my Ghana. Two, no question, but it's a woman be so more different. It's a you live in it. And she said, Sat I levy and young to my Ghana Kuni, you do what now? Because it seems like some of the vice president is saying, almost can from the production to transition to see well, it's a ball for now. Almost be an issue.
All right.
Listen up, because everyone was a wish you bet no defend it. How many ministers send almost any mobile money? This almost a percent is any mobile ministers no more no more person with you to me. Percent is any mobile money. Yeah, you have to mobile money.
Mate, Meadows and a pay so friend about you. 0549508687. There's a question that in your time near Shiabima, I will see beside home. The finance minister has also indicated, say, see, I'm planning and passing your IMF. The IMF is also the next option that's available to us.
Now, okay, say IMF way, it is not an option that we should even contemplate.
Why?
Okay, say former president call IMF, no, or call Nigeria lecture be an IV, or say IMF ye kunin, unim kunin. Unim kunin, a drone I am
yes, I know.
Baby, I'll be calling a Becca Semen for workers. Increase taxes.
My fact call away answer. Hold on. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Minia.
Yes, Pacho, Udi.
Pacho, your friend, me big deal. Me fresh soon.
Yo, big deal, Yanko.
Yo, I no pay kakra me what can I say? E best way yembra no, and you are no more at the studio. Yet you are pa. Na no credit oka debt. You share ye live you in some someone on ye ministers, any president Tankasa. Na ye share any since some comments and never move leave be about one thing. And not yes, you live you near dear a yard pa, bagana, boa, and my infrastructure yen rose, Nyama to see no name dina ye. Because I was say, ye live you beba, na yanko bobosia, I'm a young IMF dear. And another means Ikayadapa, because you know himself as government, you try when you this your bank. I call IMF, you know, you should transfer about my Ghana. So even na you can say implement Kurampo Maya Day. I can try Kurampo and Maya Day. It is a ye live so you Ghana and the years. You share so many African countries, in foreign countries, in the Bible. Oh, why you live in so much DBA, what the other, what the one my home.
Big deal. But as my only been some room on the pen, I'm on in income 0244885140. Hello, opening.
Agomo.
Yes, sir.
Agomo for the total.
Opana, welcome.
Eh, asemo. Machel sa Bastela.
Me nya magwe say me share because so catch so bebre me get. Amana chere me. Until then they forget it.
Yo, Mate.
Yo.
Me prefer United States of Kisama.
Yeah, go man.
Sami. Inti omusi. But Tobu to know apart from Kaswana, me who traffic or Tobu to no more. Apart from Kaswana, but we said to say, Anka every morning be a locus. But me who. But Usha. Also now open about how I can say, are you a panel and I what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so one there will be not a walk. I said, we ain't said we are panel now, we are host. It's a told show again. I'm a boy.
No, correct.
It's near me, some interested.
All right. On the maybe Obia regular listener, knows that as for that one. But I think some more member studio now. I come in less than 4 minutes now. Menji rapper comments.
May for 1 minute now. Who did the Akanama?
1 minute in the sun one.
And one okay. Their time me. Me Kasabe brave.
Yeah.
Me levy send the kind of. Obia the payment of taxes heading and say about church the all this can be already the idea say it will prevent us from going to IMF. That's what government is saying. So believe it. because going to IMF and my Oko IMF and I say you prescribe kunin methods amawa. Oba Rebecca say collect more taxes, increase taxes. That's one. Look, because you have to increase your revenue. How do you increase revenue? Oba increase the taxes. Oba cut employment because almost suspect funny pa oba uses cut your salary so and they want you to live by their tenants over cut employment. There was stringent measures the amount to set before you even come out. Say enye bibia say yeko IMF there okoha omo pepa because they will use you to make money. So Britain institution. That's what they do. They want countries in crisis that they run there. Omokoha no mama oska na omama put more burden on you. You continue to live on depend on them. We are out of IMF. Let's don't pray say you better sound call IMF because going to IMF is not an option. We even pay more taxes than this levy we are talking about. Only say call IMF and condom tax in cutlass in buy. Oh, amount for Kayo taxes here the condom Mahama buying condom tax classes in the name of Kaya Yukura Yetiomoe. I know there's almost a AMF one but now levies. So we should not think of going back to IMF. Yes, homegrown. Yen for policies a better generating income by buying so. Woji Yesikanoa use our money judiciously, be accountable to the Ghanaian people. Sure. Use our money judiciously so that also we just ask we say na obey so that China ye accountability. I mean say we just ask na ye.
That's accountability over the years they've been doing it.
Yeah. Oh.
And I
V8 asem okay. One day we'll come and talk about V8. Any Article 71 public office holders. One day you become one same.
And yeah, that could fact sheet so.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
Because I have a problem with this view.
No, meaning. Who could also suggest say top pickups, MPs.
Yes.
I am beginning to think in that direction because of Nehemiah Koso. Until one day we are back casa.
Andy, 2 minutes.
So I mean that's it. You can't do the honor about the country in Punto the 11, you know. Yes. Omaka say Sikabeba, but they should also direct their attention to the extractive sectors. They should block the leakages and the seepages in the system, particularly at the port, where they make judicial use of their resources. Some mainly submission on the JEA Mills Memorial Heritage now. Almost Sammy, you see, if you revered the late professor, and I want to believe. For me, I'm cocksure say it's a booby trapper. The organizers of this program, almost said Dramani Mahama, because you see, you came to power when you took over. You remove all the people who work under Mills, the chief of staff, the secretary, the Baku Mensa. You remove all of them. You packed left. You packed and left a castle to Flagstaff House,
Jubilee House,
because you don't want to be driving through Asumje Park.
Oh, but that conversation about the castle had been in the news already as to why they should be there. Why we should operate from the castle as an administrative.
The speed at which our park here, you see, we are talking about what happened. The event
but Andy says because of Jubilee House, because of Asumje Park. Why?
Yeah, because you don't want to be seeing where your boss is late it's a disgrace.
Andy.
You have decided not to honor the man.
Before even President Mahama time, President Mills at the castle. Mm-hmm. We asked him why he's not moved to the Jubilee House.
It was mostly because of traffic.
Yes, we asked him why he has not moved there. Yes,
he didn't move to that place doesn't mean he didn't want to say that was it.
We had had a conversation. Even Jericho being at the castle, we
taking the time. Sir, you are John Dramani Mahama, Nini team, the advisors, Sir Omo Bibi, to honor the memory of the late Mills now. Massa, one, Adentina till date, Yura Totobi Kwachi was the chairman. Kofi Totobi Kwachi was the chairman. He was the NCA board chair. And so if it is out, say telcos no and a fund the construction of the Memorial Library now, Yewura Tobi Kwachi was the board chairman and also the chairman for that project. Why is the library not still in operation? Asumje Park, Adentina Yewura John Dramani Mahama, Ono can say, oh, President Mills money a role to play. One or man man or play a role. But be or ni find the place now or the mortar remains a one to me and construct it. And see whole year. Because listen, you can't do this to somebody who gave you the opportunity out of I mean a million and a thousand of
project no meals in here no mobile
project Green Book the deliberate attempt just to arbitrate the legacy of the late Mills.
Nyamepa ochina yebesa so hia ewujumedi no eso me guest anapay Andy Kankam and Audu Mahama and Omubeka Mensa Nyamu Yeshia Nyamepa
to become president again, and so you want to